Hello, hello, and welcome along to episode 19 of Sogravia, the Last Bastion, and believe it or not, despite what the cameras are saying, this week we have a full cast. But they're
Can
missing?
you believe?
Oh, they've swapped places. Okay. This week we have a full cast, and they are all who they say they are.
Nice.
I'm hiding behind Matt. Nevertheless, yeah, it's lovely to welcome everyone back. And
Oh my gosh.
just to make sure if anyone hasn't been with us over the last 2 weeks or anything, or has missed anything, please make sure your character is level 8. And with that said, we will pick up in the wilderness, where we left off searching for some disappearing people. But first of all, I will take you all to the map very briefly. Did we just lose somebody?
Darth's internet just crashed.
Oh,
My
man.
internet literally just crashed. It'll be back in like 10-15 minutes, but
That's
for now
so
I'm on my phone. Yeah.
Okay, bear with. I don't know,
We're
I
back with the
fixed
cup and
things.
string.
Yeah, let me get my cup out and get my string out. And fix this all back
Breaker
together.
419.
Soul Forged. Soul Forged?
And it was all
No,
going so
Sogravia,
well.
not Soul Forged.
Can't.
I cannot. I cannot work
Good
it out.
start.
How do I click the... Boom! Did I do it? Yeah, I did it. Okay, great.
Yay.
Right, I return you all to the map. The map. Please, wait, do I need to fix people's faces? Are people who are not who they say they are again? Yeah, they are. Okay. Do you know what? We're nearly there.
Who's the imposter?
This is why I need to start doing what Tyler does and get somebody else to do the recap while I fix all the shit that's gone wrong.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, cool. As I was saying, I'll take you back to the map, just to remind you where the disappearing people are and where you currently are. So, we came across the river from the town of Riverside, where you believed there to be conscripted Furian guards. You actually went to their outpost, which was just up here, yes, to this hill, where it was built into the hill. You have returned across the river and headed into the forest, and we currently find you just inside the forest. Yes. And I believe, please tell me I'm going to put us on the right point. This might be totally wrong. Are there any characters here?
Yes.
Great! I win! Yes, so you investigated 3 huts that were quite close together here. All sort of connected up together, all abandoned or empty. And I believe you were discussing where to go next.
Oh yeah.
There were some footprints.
You were able to
That just
follow them to
disappeared.
exactly where Obi is standing, and then they just stopped, as if they were just vanished into thin air.
Could they have been plucked from the sky by the definitely not dragon type creature that's been following us?
They could determine the
No.
trees were too close together for that.
Yeah, you were very aware that the creature of that size is big enough that it would have at least made some marks in the trees above.
Are there any can Obi tell if there's any markings of magic that's been cast here?
I don't know. Can Obi tell if there's any magic that's been cast?
Obi,
you
what do you
did-
see?
You did already use detect. Well, not you personally, but one already used detect magic, so that's not really what I'm implying. I'm just saying, like, yeah, if you want to have a look around. See
What
you
the
can
hell
see.
can Obi do?
I don't know. Have a look
He's
around.
a
Make an Arcana check.
sorcerer. He might see, I don't know, scorch
Believe
marks
it
or
or not.
something of magic.
I
Really
can
don't
do
know.
that. An Arcana check will be lovely.
Ooh.
I got advantage
Why?
I'll help you because
Help.
Callum's helping.
for being cool.
We'll all
No.
help.
No.
Yeah, I can definitely.
There is no
19.
helping this. Okay, I thought you rolled at 98. As I scroll down to the bottom of the D100s.
That was a good check.
Yeah, we better get our D100s going. Oh, Matt wins. Yes, so as you look around, you don't see any specific signs of magic that has or hasn't been used. But you specifically, maybe to an extent some of the other casters, but specifically you and Fox, feel sort of a weight in the air. The air feels heavy, oppressive. a little mysterious. This is certainly, especially for Fox, where you'd feel very at home in the forest usually. It feels uneasy. It's almost like that sort of... Do you know in real life, if you're not scared... I don't know if anybody here is not particularly scared of, like, ghosts or anything, but if you still, like... Or you're walking around your own house in the dark, and you just get that slightly odd feeling, that slightly creepy feeling of, oh, what if? You know? That's the feeling you're going through, that slightly
I get what you
disturbed
mean.
feeling. Yeah.
It's
There's something odd here.
Ooh.
Being watched.
I'm gonna pull out my shiny new lantern of revealing and see if there's anything invisible around.
Right. You swivel, but see nothing, unfortunately.
Are we becoming Mystery Inc? I think so.
God, I hope so. God, I hope so.
Do you mean Monsters Inc?
No, Mystery
No.
Inc. You know,
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh, is that what they're called? Okay.
Oh my god. Everyone, please forgive him. He
Monsters Inc.
doesn't
Uncultured.
know what he says. My
We
goodness.
can also be Monsters Inc., I suppose.
I think he was
Monsters
too
Inc.
busy
are really
with, like,
cool. I love that film. That's where I'm at.
I think he was too busy with a silver spoon in his mouth growing up to watch Scooby-Doo.
Actually,
That's a working class
we just
cartoon.
didn't have Cartoon Network. So if anything, it's the opposite.
Wow.
My spoon was too copper. We only had channel 1 to 4. It wasn't on those.
Ow.
Oh no.
Okay, just a couple of little things. I'm missing 2 players. Does anyone know where they are? Okay,
do you
Zavril's
mean?
chilling up there in, like, the hood. And Glacius is not with us, and I'm assuming that's because Darth's internet is defunct.
Yeah, and he wasn't
Yeah.
here
Cool.
last week.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
he was the same
Fantastic.
thing.
Okay. Is anybody doing anything in particular in this area? Just to remind you, obviously, this valley area, because you're in a lower area, keeps going in that direction, to the west, to the left. And there is also sort of a higher part of the... You can sort of exit the valley and continue around to the left if you were to head up to the north and then around. So there is a cliff edge up there.
Would we be able to see down into the valley from up there, or is the trees
Yes,
like too
yeah,
thick?
in the same way that you could from the other side.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could just skirt top of the cliff on one side and...
Yeah, you can actually climb up and down it. Just bear with me a second, while I fix this to a one-way wall so that it... Oh. Okay. Laura, you need to move your character, like, a square in any direction that's, like, up or down or left or right. Yeah, cool. You're on the lighting line right now, so it's going to do weird things to your view. But I'll just put you there for now, and then that will make sense. Cool. Yeah, so with Ashrin walking up the top side, welcome back, Duff, and you guys walking down the bottom side, do you want to proceed along the valley?
Yeah, I guess we're walking through the Valley of Shadow and Death.
Take a look at my life.
Shit.
I
We
realise
will
it's
fear
messed
no
up.
evil.
Oh,
Yeah.
2 very different songs.
I'll be quiet then.
Yeah, I think it's this one, but sorry if it's not. Let me just double check.
Dragon!
You guys can't see anything until I put you on the map, can you?
Nope.
I can't see
Okay,
anything
cool.
anyway.
I can see there's a dark green background.
Okay, that's interesting,
What?
because mine's white.
I
Okay,
see a white screen.
Ashrin,
Dark
Alora,
green for
if you'd
me.
like to place your character here. Everybody else, if you'd like to place your characters down here, please. If somebody could take up the ping so I can fix Alora's light line.
I walked this empty street.
Wow, many different songs. I like it.
Everyone's just poofing in.
Okay, Alora, you should be able to see the others, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay, fantastic.
Can we see her?
No.
Nope. So
But I'm sure she'll call
Hello.
up to you and tell you that she is up there.
Can
call
someone
down
pin
to
for me again? Sorry.
right side. Oh, wait. Wow. That is a lot of pings.
Everyone, can everyone ping for me? Sorry.
Oh,
you
shit.
got it.
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
Right, I'm just going to fix Darth's face, which is a long and difficult operation, and then we'll go...
Yeah, it's impossible. Scientists have been trying for years.
No, in all fairness, I'm just putting
That's
you
some expensive
on
plastic
the
surgery.
screen.
It's very expensive.
I'm just putting you on the screen. You had no face, and now you have a face, much to everybody's disappointment.
I was gonna say, you just made it worse, James.
Yeah, so as you move... I agreed. Yes, as you move along here, you do see the sign in the valley of a path that seems to sort of wind past you. Ashrin, you will realise that, in fact, this path will lead up and down from where you are. As you look around, you see no signs of any people and very few signs of any wildlife. You do see a couple of animals, but apart from the huge panther, but you brought that with you. Oh, the rain stopped. Sorry, it is raining.
Yeah.
What? How horrible.
It's stopped for some reason. Yeah, you see, the only wildlife you see is wildlife that is airborne, if you like. So you see a couple of snakes in the trees, a couple of insects, that sort of thing, and some birds. But you don't see much wildlife on the ground.
Oh, fudge. If I put an ear to the ground, do I hear anything?
Give me a perception check.
'23.
23.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the very faint sound of a song.
You hear a train.
It almost feels like a calling. You don't recognize anything about the language or anything, but it's a very faint, like a female, just singing miles and miles away.
Oh no.
Miles.
That's some good hearing.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well, it's as if it's miles and miles away. You know, it's just a very faint background song beyond the sounds of the forest.
She feels it in her feet.
She
There's
put
no
an ear to
sense
the
of
ground.
direction.
It's everywhere, but nowhere.
You don't think it's from the direction you came from.
Well, that's helpful.
So it's either west or maybe a little bit south or north, but it's sort of in the general, you know, somewhere over there.
I have this image that Ashwin like puts her head to the ground and it's quiet, and then all of a sudden all she hears is, "Man, I feel like a woman."
I may be able to.
It's a little bit more muffled than that, but yeah.
And you can hear a giant crowd as well. Like,
Yeah, I will. I'll just walk down the cliff and walk.
Are
over
you
to
ready,
everybody.
New York?
Ashwin just looks down at her tickets like, "Damn it, I could have gone."
Maybe if you start digging.
Hi, Ashrin.
Hi.
Hi.
There's
over here.
no ground animals. They've climbed.
Like monkeys?
Maybe. I
Who you calling
tried
monkey?
to listen in case it was something moving under the ground, and instead of hearing something like that, I heard singing.
Never has anyone sounded so crazy in their life, by the way.
You know, I feel like if
The ground animals have climbed, and I put an ear to the ground and heard singing.
I feel like if it was anyone but Astrid, we would be like, "Are you okay?" But it's,
Yeah,
since
but
it's
like-
Astrid doing it, we're just like, "Yes, the ground animals are climbing now."
That's the most stupid conversation D&D has ever had.
Just going. Do you see the snake in this tree right here?
Oh my god.
There's a snake there.
And the singing you're talking about.
I'm gonna poke at it.
I'm a poke with a stick.
Don't poke the snake.
We see the prairie dogs in the trees.
What would scare them all like that? That's so spooky.
That singing maybe. Maybe it's really scary song.
Told you there were ghosts.
It's a ghost.
Whoa, Shaggy.
All right.
Raggy.
Can you tell which direction the singing was coming from?
Somewhere that way.
I start going that way.
Whatever that away is.
Sneak back up the cliff. Oh, it was hidden. Was it that away? There you go.
What's that away?
Cute for pointing.
Not where we were going.
Yeah, west will get you to the path, and then it's your choice which direction you go when you get there.
It's that thing.
Oh, that's. I thought that was a. I
That's
thought that was a
the
yeti.
beast. That's the beast that's be
Oh,
falling.
it's Zavral's owl. I was like, what
I
the
thought that
hell?
was a
It just
yeti for
appeared.
a second. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, basically, I would like to get Nocturne to take flight and scout ahead, primarily for danger first and foremost, but in sort of this sort of
Danger.
direction, and then sort of around.
Okay. So staying within 100 feet?
Yeah, at first within 100 feet, and
Okay.
then starting to sort of spread out to 300.
Nocturne will note that the hunting is terrible.
Again.
That there is very little of note at all. Apart from the land, being as it is. Sees nothing out of the ordinary.
Odd.
What
Okay.
if we all bring out our familiars and they all start splitting up and searching for clues? Split up, gang, and search for clues.
What the fuck? I have a new button. What does this do? Ping everyone? Focus ping.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Hey,
Don't move my screen like that.
don't do that ever.
Sorry, they keep giving me new buttons. It's very exciting.
That was cool. Do it again. Do
No,
it again
don't.
somewhere else.
Whoa!
Yeah, we were not expecting it.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun! Dragon!
Okay, back to the point. You reach the edge of the path. What the fuck is going on Matt's camera? And yeah, you see that
The beast.
it heads up to the right or down to the left. Sort of, it
God,
forks
crossroads.
to a V.
How metaphorical.
Mm.
Oh,
Sid's just like,
sorry,
how
I just
metaphorical.
realised-
Boop, boop, boop,
I've
boop,
just
boop, boop.
realised that actually you guys can see slightly down.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
You can see slightly.
Oh my
down.
god, what was that? This forest is out of control.
Well, no, I'm making it so that you can see down the cliffs.
Okay. There was a jet of flame.
Dragon.
Should we vote on which way we should go?
I mean, we could always just flip a coin.
I don't have a coin.
Oh yeah, I'll pull out one of our like 50 million gold pieces. and-
Yeah, I just have notes. Sorry.
Ashwin, as you
It's
step
just-
up there, can I have a perception check, please?
14.
14. You catch the glimpse of something unnatural over there.
Ooh.
In that direction through the trees.
I'll turn and
So
wave
you
my
just
hands at
quite
you. I
fit.
can't tell if I can see my team or not, because I can see from Zavral's token.
Oh, you're
Interesting.
telling me that? I will fix that now.
It's very interesting.
It's because I had control when you were
Yeah,
here.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
They have a mind link.
Cool. Does anybody else see from anybody else's tokens? I think Jake. can
No,
probably
I see from
Darth's,
my
right?
token.
I can see from OBs. I've also been moving OBs around. just to keep him with us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
keep it
Jay. I know Jay can see from my token because he was fucking with me
Oh.
earlier.
I've just done that the wrong way round. I took Darth's permissions away from using his own character.
Wait,
You lost your
Play.
laciest privileges.
Wait.
No,
Okay, cool.
wait.
You should all now only have the single perspective.
Cool.
I'm going to try to wave my arms to get
You can all
Kalamanovi's
see in
attention.
here. I'll see Ashrin just up on the cliff.
Oh,
Where?
hey, Astrid. Obi, why don't you
Fingers
message
to my
Pat?
lips.
Why don't you message
Shushing
Astrid?
motion.
See what she's going on about.
I don't know where she is.
Yeah, neither
She's
do I.
vaguely that way. I think that's all you need for message, right?
She's up
Sort
there.
of hold my head in my hands as any attempt at scouting goes out the window. Do I see? I'll turn and look again. Do I see anything still?
As you peer through the trees to try and make it out, it just looks like something man-made, a structure of some sort. A bit of brickwork. Something that just doesn't fit in the forest.
Oh, it's the three little pigs. Got it.
Aw.
the one house that
I
survives.
take a step and I can see everybody.
Hi, Astrid.
I can see. Oh, Astrid. Oh, hello there.
I guess we should go that way.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, Matt, we can hear everything in
There's
your
a
house.
structure this way.
Sorry.
It's fixed now. It's fixed now.
Trying
Sorry.
to fix something.
You're right. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's appears to be. I don't know if I ping. I don't know if you can see this ping.
Yep.
It's through the trees,
The
but it's
ping?
vaguely over there. Yeah, there appears to be another one of these sort of huts, but this one has a back wall which is made of sort of slab brick, so stones roughly cut, built into a wall, and then there's a little sort of hut built around a tree underneath. It's a lot sturdier than the other things you've seen.
I'm gonna hang back if Astrid is like sneaking around it.
Sullivan's
Sullivan's just
sneaking while Sullivan is plodding behind plate mail.
he's singing a jolly song while he's walking.
Just like if we go out in the woods
Well,
today,
I am
it's
gonna
not a
interrupt you
big
there, if you don't mind.
surprise.
Because actually there is a song that can be heard, but it's not.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Naya
Give it a-
Twain.
No, it better not be what I think it is.
Is it
Okay,
Cher's
that's fine.
farewell tour?
Which one?
No, it is
I
not.
don't know. Any of the hundreds.
Oh, this is the song. Okay. I was expecting
Ooh,
to
I hear
hear
it.
name. Knowing James to fuck with me.
We can all hear this? Oh shit.
Oh,
Only.
Ah, there's a
actually-
dude.
Well, the rest of you can hear like very vaguely. But Ashrin, you're hearing this a bit more clearly, and you make the words out to be Elvish.
Perfect.
I speak Elvish.
You do.
You are Elvish.
And one thing you will notice immediately is this is a really old dialect. No one's spoken like this in years. It's like, you know, he's
Shakespeare.
deeing and vowing like mad at you. I mean, this is nobody's spoken like this in millennia, right? For it to be old for Elvish.
Oh shit.
And it sings of returning home,
To the place where I belong.
and then it sort of fades away very gently, and you know that some remnant of that song was coming from inside that hut.
Shoot him.
Is there any window or
Yeah.
crack?
Yeah, I mean, you're quite... there's a tree between you and it, but yes, it does have a window should you walk around.
Yep.
Yeah. As you move around, you will notice a couple of things. First of all, the chimney is burning, as in there is smoke coming out the chimney. And as you peer in, there appears to be half a lunch on a plate. The kettle is whistling at the pot. There is nobody you can see.
Hello?
Nothing.
I'll knock on the door.
There's no response.
I'll say hello, but in Elvish.
What does
There
that
is
sound
no
like,
response.
I'll say hello, but in really old Elvish.
I will,
Herefore art thou.
after a few moments of you calling out in random languages,
Is she okay over
with
there?
no response,
Guys, I think she might need help over
your
there.
team approaches behind you
Alright.
to join in and add all the languages they can speak.
Let's all say hello in
Draconic,
different languages.
Abyssal. You get anything back in Abyssal?
Why do you speak Abyssal?
Because of my
He's
armor.
demon armor.
evil.
Oh,
He's
My
of course.
demon armor.
yeah, shit.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
Batman.
But that actually gave you a language.
Yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
was just randomly thematic that you already spoke.
That'd be funny.
But yeah, no. As you
I
all
would like to
arrive,
speak a different language. I would like to speak the language of magic, and I would like to start detecting magic.
yep.
Wow,
and
Zavril so
there
poetic
is,
today.
as you spend 10 minutes, your casting that as a ritual, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. As you spend 10 minutes prepping that, disrupting the silence in the pieces, you all try and listen for something going on, and all you can hear is Zavra in the background going, "Mi ne ma mo zi ya ma." Really constantly in the background.
I'll cast in ancient Elvish then,
Sullivan?
if I even know that.
As Zavral's casting, I will turn to Glacius and say, if you could be another type of Dragonborn, which Dragonborn would you want to be?
Oh fuck. A black dragonborn.
Why a black Dragonborn?
Yeah.
I knew a black dragonborn one time. They were really cool. They were
Wow.
barbarian.
I see.
Cool.
Yeah, they died because they talked to like an ancient dragon god and just like, went a little crazy. But
I feel like there's a big gap in that story, but it looks like Zavral's almost done.
Yeah, Zavral, you get the faint hints of magic that has happened previously. It isn't currently active.
Okay.
There's just a really slight sort of like almost like the wisps of an aura disappearing. Oh, there's a poetic sentence for you. Of enchantment and illusion magic.
Enchantment?
Ooh. I'm swinging my lantern around.
In my head canon, there's now like a little turret on top of Sid's head.
Ooh,
of a
I
lantern
like that.
that just swivels like a siren.
Yeah, I'm gonna install it on there.
Yeah, it doesn't reveal anything invisible. Unfortunately. That is all it does, right?
I believe so, yes. Okay. Yep. Invisible creatures and objects. Yep. Alright, well. That's a little more security. Should we just go in?
No, yeah, that was my
You don't
idea.
just break into somebody's home.
We're not breaking in, we're looking for clues.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
Open store.
Oh.
Okay.
We're not breaking in, we're looking for clues. Anyways.
As you go in, the door swings open easily. Yeah, go on, Sullivan.
I'd like to use my divine sense to see if there's any suspicious races about.
Nothing inside at all.
Since
You've still got an
Glacius-
uneasy feeling, but nothing inside at all. As you step in, and there's that uneasy feeling. You can't help but feel like somebody was here less than 10 minutes ago.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe less than 20 now because we've cast Detect Magic.
It was us.
Yeah, they're still cooking.
Yeah, the kettle's still on. The lunch is still hot and steaming on the plate.
What were they cooking?
Left
better
on
than
the plate
Glacius?
is a small piece of what appears to be cooked bird that you don't necessarily recognise. Maybe like a pheasant or a guinea fowl, something like that, but it's just a piece of meat from a bird. You see a couple of potatoes covered in herbs, sort of half cut, crushed down.
I will eat them. I
spontaneous-
cannot let the food go to waste. I can't let the good food go
Whoa.
to waste.
this
yeah,
is-
and
this
some
is
fresh,
someone
and some
else's-
cabbage that's still steaming there.
Glacius, this is someone else's home. You can't
I can't
barge
let the
in
food go to
and
waste.
then eat their food. This
He already
is so
did.
disrespectful.
Goldilocks.
I can't let the food go to waste.
What's going on with the singing?
It
Yeah, I was
disappeared.
going to step away from the front door a
faded
bit
away.
and to listen.
There's no sign of it.
Put your ear to the ground again.
Is everybody inside the house at this point?
No,
Yeah.
I stepped away.
No, I'd like to step back out.
Ashran, can you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, fuck.
Is this a charm effect by chance?
Kind of.
Yeah, can't.
Or is it against a plant that's magically created?
Is it a magical plant?
There.
I mean, kind of.
I need to double check on that one. I don't actually know.
Magic weed.
Seeing something can affect Asherin, I will stop in my tracks of leaving this this hut.
You said it? Oh, spooky.
Sorry, I'm just. No, it is not a charm.
Not a charm.
Never.
It should be.
Is she close enough to Sullivan for his benefit?
But it's not. No, I'm assuming that
Dirty
Ashrin is sort
20.
of like over there on her own.
Damn.
You, Ashrin, feel sort of, you hear that music sort of swell up loudly, very briefly, and then disappear. And it was almost like you turned to answer the call, but they'd already left.
Did they leave a message?
No.
Guys, there's some weird stuff going on.
What do you mean, weird stuff?
You didn't hear
There is
that?
no war in Bastion, so...
I didn't hear anything. What did you hear?
Thinking it came back strong.
Ashton, are you okay? Do you need to lie down?
Is Fox currently a panther? Is that what I'm getting from this? Or is that...
No,
It's his pet.
Right, okay, it's just
Bag
Fox.
of tricks.
Fox has
No,
disappeared.
it's his friend.
I lost the Fox token, that's why I was confused.
Oh no, we lost him in the woods.
Was it underneath someone, or...?
I'm
Guys.
right.
It's underneath Glacius for me. Okay, cool. It's fine, I've moved Glacius. Cool, okay. Yeah, so
Fox
you're
is
all
just
in the
like,
house
"Guys."
except for Sullivan and Ashrin, is that correct?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'm in here.
No.
Scouting
I'm-
around.
I'm eating the food, so...
Okay. Glacius, you hear a sort of slight noise outside. Like a quiet whine.
Hey guys, did you hear that? There's a quiet whine outside.
As
it
you look
Sullivan?
outside, Roberto is not there.
Ah! Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm leaving the
No.
house. What the fuck?
You go outside, you look around, but there
No.
is no signs. And even when you try and connect mentally with that familiar bond you have, nothing.
Who?
Roberto is
My dog.
his dog.
Oh.
I'm going
See,
to
it has
burn
to
this
be-
forest to the ground.
That's probably
My
not very productive.
Please
Ashton,
don't. Can I tell my
live
dog
here.
to try and go find him?
Yeah.
There
Okay,
it
give me an
is.
animal handling check.
the murder of everyone's
Just go for it.
pets.
Go find him.
You can give it. You make this an advantage. Brutus is a well-behaved dog. Wait, is Brutus? Are you linked to Brutus as a familiar? You're not, are you?
No, just a super friendly
He's just a friend.
guard dog. Yeah.
He's a friend of the family.
Okay. Yeah, he sort of looks a bit confused.
I will
it's
use
up-
my Flash of Genius to add +5 to that.
Okay. You know,
Roberto, behave. Oh, sorry.
and as
Brutus,
you-
behave.
Yeah, as the dog sort of twists its ears around, it runs towards the path, sprints towards the path, stops about 30 feet away, sniffs the ground, looks confused, and sprints straight back to you, and starts jumping up and down sort of at you, as if to say they've found him.
Oh, we found him. That was easy.
But
Over here. Over here.
no, like on you. Like right where you are.
What?
Like Roberto's right here.
That's what he thinks.
Digging.
Will we scoot over a little, maybe?
Yes.
Roberto was under Kobe.
The medium dog has been hiding behind this tiny little kobold.
I'm gonna start digging.
Okay.
I'm coming, Roberto.
Hi ho, hi ho.
The ground.
As you do so, I need a wisdom saving throw from Fox, Glacius, and Obi, please.
Oh,
Are we
Jesus.
near
Oh, and
Sullivan?
Sullivan. And Sullivan. No.
Sullivan's
Oh,
out.
just
Oh,
gonna
jeez,
call
what
to
the
Ashton.
fuck?
Yeah, all
I
four
can't wait to
wisdoms.
fail. What the
We'll be
hell?
celebrating.
That's hold on. That's 3 nat 1s in a row. Hold on. I need to
Damn.
rolls.
Sullivan.
Obi and Elliot. You hear the swelling of music really loudly, and you feel an irrational urge to take a step forward. And you both disappear from
Oh
sight.
my goodness.
Wait, what?
The world's turned to black and white. I'm dead.
What about
I'm
my dog?
wasted.
Was that them passing? What is going on?
So I just disappeared right in front of Ashrin.
Yep.
Nice.
No.
In fact, you and even more so, yes. Well noticed, by the way, Jay. Yes, and you do actually have the information that a 20 failed. For you guys.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So.
Boy.
So you should be okay. But Ashrin, as you look, it sort of Sullivan takes a step forwards, and then just as if he steps into nothing.
Well, the good news is I can't possibly get higher than a 20.
Guys, Sullivan's gone.
Well, so is.
And more priorities.
Glacius is like,
Obi.
yes, finally.
Obi disappeared right in front of me as well,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Oh my fuck.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
staring at
One
me.
thing worth mentioning. You do see a second after Obi disappears, Brutus takes a leap, and appears to like follow him through.
What?
Fantastic.
Is this like?
said
There's nothing here that I
Are
can
we
feel.
are we entering the Feywild? Is that what this is?
No, we're entering the
Twilight
Phantom
Zone.
Zone. Oh, yeah, or that
As this is happening, what sort of magic is going on with this?
You very, very, very faint signs of an aura of enchantment, illusion, nothing else.
Still just an enchantment illusion, faintly.
Oh my god.
Whilst people are disappearing. That's...
Everyone, hold hands.
I'm still digging.
You didn't even notice anything happening.
Yeah, I look up and I'm just like, guys, it's not working. Where did everybody go?
Hold up.
Christ. Okay.
Ashton and Brutus both went to the same place and disappeared.
Ashrin's
No.
here.
Obi and Brutus.
Sorry, no, Sullivan and what was it?
Obi and
Brutus was-
Sullivan disappeared in 2 separate places.
Oh, 2 separate. Right.
And
It's
then
just
Brutus
that-
followed him.
Yeah, it's just that Brutus followed Obi.
Oh my god. Okay, first of all, I'm bonus action turning on the flames on my sword. Just putting that out here now.
Burn the forest down.
Wait, a second ago you were like, everyone let's hold hands, and now you're like, flame on!
Yeah, hold. I have one hand free to hold. No, wait, it's a great sword. I have no hands free. Sorry.
Back to back.
Okay. This is pretty concerning, right?
Guys, what happened to Obi? Hold on.
He vanished, as Sullivan did, apparently.
Are me and Obi and the dog together?
I am not going to answer that question yet.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, you are! Oh my god.
I'm not going to tell you where anyone who's
For that
disappeared
information.
is, because there is no way of splitting it between... Right, so
Okay, fine.
the information would be given to both of you. And I don't want-
Suspended in animation.
Yeah.
There is no war in Bastion, sir.
You're in purgatory.
Well, that's not
not
normal.
Is there any noise or movement or anything as I look around and...
Give me a perception check.
Can I give you a wisdom save?
24.
Again, you hear the faint sounds of the song. Just that little tiny refrain just keeps coming back.
That song took my dog.
My goodness.
That fucking song took my dog.
At least he's probably among company. Oh, God.
Burn this whole forest to the ground if I don't fucking find it.
I'm gonna cast Silent here.
I like it. I like it a lot. Doesn't help, but it's a cool idea.
Ah.
Everyone just sees Glacius miming in rage.
We kept hearing the music and then people disappeared, so I'd rather not hear
Yeah,
it.
it checks out.
You cast silence, but still hear the music. Is what I meant by it doesn't make any difference.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, what creatures do you know that use sound?
Bats.
Blue's Clues?
Did you say Bluetooth?
Blues
said it
Clues.
Is it Blue's Clues? The way Josh said that, it was like,
I
come on,
want to
kids.
help, but I'm
What?
not there because
What
my
Blue can
instinct
do, we
re-
can too.
I want to help, but I'm not there. But like my first thought was like, okay, what uses music as magic? So like sirens, mermaids, stuff
I
like
mean, man
that.
and Barnacle Boy.
I'm in the sea for sure, but I'll look around for any sirens or mermaids.
You don't see any.
Are there any harpies
mean-
around or like?
Oh dear.
So we still
Okay.
hear the singing.
People in the
Like in our
disappeared.
heads.
Oh, that's a good question.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Laura.
Still hear the singing, but like in our heads.
Nobody else has heard this singing.
I still-
Glacius heard a brief swell of it.
Oh, I did? Okay.
But, very briefly, yeah.
Are you sure? I was kind of like digging into the ground.
But the rest of you haven't heard this song. Only Astrid has heard this song.
People disappear when they're outside of the hut, it looks like. Right? Was
Okay.
Obi outside?
Obi was inside.
Obi was outside.
He was inside, right in front of us.
Yeah.
Obi was outside, no? I believe.
Yeah,
No,
we
he
all,
was
we all
inside.
gone outside.
Obi was
Oh.
outside, yeah.
Yeah.
Obi was
Obi went
outside,
out
but-
with the dog to chase Roberto and then back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Going back into the hut.
Okay.
In the silence, I still hear the singing though, right?
You do still hear it very. Just that refrain just keeps sort of coming back, and it's like it's miles away. It's very faint. It's in the distance.
Does she hear me and Obi as backup singers?
No.
You can just hear in the background.
Ooh. What is causing it? Can I send Nye outside to hover around and see if anything happens to him?
Yeah.
Nye's gonna solve this case.
My help is around, but nothing happens.
Nye is very replaceable, is what I'm saying.
Can I? I'm trying to figure out a phrase. Can I check for, like, see if I can observe or sense anything that's might not be happening, like, in our. I don't know how to phrase it entirely, but because we have this off feeling, so it's not like they are but aren't here sort of deal.
Yeah.
If
fuck
that
is
makes
that?
sense.
Nah, it's my silence. I just wondered what it looked like.
Okay.
Are you trying to do anything in particular to sense that?
Demon!
I don't have anything to like aid me in doing it. It's more just like
A spiritual sense.
Sounds like a vibe
Yeah.
check.
Okay. Yeah. You do get a very uneasy feeling, not only from yourself but from everything around you, right? So, when you sort of, you're not, you have this kind of constant slight speak with plants, right? It's like they can understand you. Is that correct? Is that the right round?
yeah, it's
And you can understand
it's
their
able to
mannerisms?
communicate basic.
Yeah.
Basic things.
You get the impression that like everything is slightly muted. Everything is slightly frightened, quiet, disturbed. It's the best I can give you right now
Right.
for a vibe check.
Right.
So, the places where Obi and such disappeared, I'd like to, if I can, try to examine this a little more closely. See if I can, I'm not getting particularly close, but see if there's any, like, or feel out if any sort of, like, boundary lines, whether it's, like, physical or magical or any of the sort. See if
You
there's
certainly
anything.
don't notice anything based on location. I'll tell you that, just simply.
Okay.
Astrid, once again, I'll take a wisdom saving throw, please, and Callum.
Okay. Don't worry, guys. I'm not wise enough to make the
Oh,
DC.
fudge.
That was a
26.
Goodbye. I
And,
got a 5.
And a 5, okay. Astrid, as you're sort of listening to this sound, you hear in the song almost like it addresses you by name very briefly. The song sort of says your name. And as you get the urge to turn and lean forward, and you feel your hand resting on something, even though it's in thin air. It's like you can push through, but it's a choice. Right now, everybody still sees Ashran.
Can I grab Callum, who's behind me, and move forward?
I want to clarify. Callum, you are in Sid. Is that correct?
I am within the Sid
Okay,
bot.
as you grab a hold of Sid's arm, Ashran, you note that it doesn't move or respond in any sort of physical way. After a moment, you notice that Callum is not inside Sid.
Hey! Oh no! Okay, I don't like that.
No.
Oops.
Guys.
Do I still feel the
It's like your hand is
option?
on a handle, and it's right there. You found that spot, that opening, that door.
I'm gonna cast Beast Scent on gosh, I'm blanking because I'm panicking.
Brutus?
No,
Oh, Brutus and Roberto
Huckleberry.
have gone through. Ah, yes, okay.
I'm casting on Huckleberry, and then I'm gonna set Huckleberry on Sid,
Yeah.
Aw.
and then I'm going to push through.
Okay. Zavril, you get a massive, sort of almost blinding image of a doorway made of conjuration in
Jesus.
Detect
Wow.
Magic, and then you see it closing slowly behind Ashrin as she steps through.
Hold the fucking door. Am I able to step forward and
You sprint forward, you yell Hodor, and you hold the door, and indeed your hand does connect with it. To everybody else, Zavril has just ran across a little bit of forest to where Ashrin has disappeared, and put his hand out in midair and appears to be struggling to hold up the air.
Good lord.
Zavril, are you okay, dude? Are you...
It's a door.
Zavril, give me the weed.
So Ashton passed through, right?
Ashrin's gone, yeah.
Oh no, no.
Oh wait,
no,
shit,
no.
Ashton's.
The rest of you can all see Zavril sort of standing there holding the door open.
Do we...
There's a
found
very
the doorway,
agitated
just
chipmunk dancing on top of Sid's head.
It's
Instant
emoting.
help. Hold the door.
Do you guys wish to follow through the door, or is... what's the thinking?
Yeah, fall through the door. If they have my dog, I'm gonna fucking murder everyone.
Alright, you're going through the door. Bye.
Yeah, if we go, we should all go as one, not as none.
Okay.
Might as well.
Well, in that case, you will all find yourselves.
In a short break.
No.
Nice.
Can you all see this?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Is that right? We're in
I
the
can hear
Feywild.
Give me a nature check.
Damn, Zavril's weed's really strong. I didn't even smoke it.
Oh, that's a that's a dirty one.
A dirty one. Not a
So,
nat one.
You got a 1.
Yeah,
A dirty one.
Okay. You don't recognize where you are. You have seen, like, stories of places like this that could be the Feywilds. But you could also be in, like, a fairy tale. Everything is too bright in colour. Everything is, too vivid. And
Where the fuck's my dog?
Oh no.
well, as soon as you step through, you will see that grouped together, sort of huddled together, as if they've just arrived, are the others that left. Roberto, Brutus, Obi.
Oh,
I was watching over him.
thank you, Obi. I'm gonna give Obi a big hug.
I will hug.
Is
First
everybody
things
accounted
first.
for?
Every single person is here apart from Sid and Huckleberry.
Whoa, poor Sid. He's so alone.
Sorry,
What'd
I'm
you
really
guys do?
sorry
You
to do
didn't
this to
bring
you,
him?
Michaela, but Nye is also not present.
That's a fucking.
What's that?
That's what Callum says.
Callum's just like, fuck Nye, I hate him.
Oh
What about
god.
my familiar then, Nocturne, since it's found to me as a familiar? Left behind or with
Probably
me?
left behind, I think.
Sure. Interesting, intriguing.
Oh no.
Is there anybody else here?
As you look around, you see signs of wildlife. You see deer and small, ground animals, voles and badgers,
Please.
all sorts. It's rife with wildlife. In fact, way more wildlife than you would ever expect in a place like this.
Do they look normal?
Yeah, they look like regular wildlife. You see a small hill just in front of you. So, well, not really a hill. I mean, it is literally what you're seeing on the screen. So you see like a small area just up here. Sorry, where you can sort of like head round a little bit and go up somewhere. There's a little bit of water flowing past, but there's like a small rise, I guess is the best way to put it, just around the corner from you guys.
Alright, so we're all seeing, like, this, child's vomit dream, right? Like,
Yeah, it's colorful.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's way colorful. Like,
Alright,
mushrooms are
I'm just making
vibrant,
sure there
but
wasn't
the
nothing
animals
in
are
that food.
completely normal.
I'd like to take a moment to sort of
Oh.
feel and poke around for a sense.
Sorry,
of
just to tell you,
magic.
Jamel,
Yeah, right.
as you entered, your detect magic stopped.
Okay,
Whoa,
stop completely.
rude.
Am I able to bring back another detect magic, or is there something?
As
sort
you
of-
reach for your magic to cast, it feels distant. That's the best way I can put it.
I'm
Oh
guessing
my
that means my
goodness.
beast sense is also gone.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
what about my haste? Is it?
Oh yeah, your permanent haste.
Yeah, my perma haste.
Yeah. Now, any magic you currently had in effect when you stepped through is gone.
Does my divine sense count?
No,
I'm
you can use
spooky.
that.
So is it still active?
I don't think it's an active
Instantaneous.
thing. It's an instantaneous thing. So you can use
Yeah.
it
Oh,
if
is
you
it?
wish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it lasts like a minute, but
No, I don't think it does.
Until the
No.
end of your next turn.
It's essentially a ping.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll
you're-
use it. I'll use it again.
Okay. You get a
do it.
sense of unease. It outlines fiends, celestials, and undead. Is that correct? Anything else?
Yeah, just those three.
Okay. No, you get no pinging from it, but a sense of slight unease, and you do feel like you're in unfamiliar territory, but you do also feel like that divine sense worked perfectly well.
So Sullivan's magic.
That sucks to be a wizard.
Or a druid, or a sorcerer.
Anything
Fuck is a
other than a
druid?
paladin.
We don't have any druids.
Yeah, we super do.
Well, no, we do have a druid, but
James,
they're not using
are you-
druid spells. Right now.
Okay,
You
I
were talking
thought-
about beast
I thought you
sense,
were
and
high.
sorry, yes, you were talking about beast sense, and I was responding that Ashrin is a ranger. We didn't lose any druid magic, is what I meant. We have druids; they just weren't casting. By the way, Panther did not come.
Aw.
All right.
Aww.
What's the panther's name? Did we ever name it? Can we name it Perry the Panther?
It lives only a day. Don't get attached to it. Don't give it a name.
It's a different panther each time it's summoned. It's not the same one.
Alright, so
That's it.
Panther Junior, Panther Senior, Panther Junior.
Okay, just to bring the focus back, guys.
Are
small river
any
in
of
front
the
of you, little
animals
rise.
unnatural?
Not that you can see.
And all
Cast
of
mage
the vegetation is very unnatural, yes.
Correct. Very.
It's like super
Wrong.
high.
Do I have any understanding of it?
Sorry,
Fox,
I'm
what are they
reaching
saying?
for Furbolg lore here.
Mmm.
Off the top of my head, I don't think Furbolgs have any connection to the Feywilds.
I was right.
Yeah, you were right. I will tell you, you are in the Feywild. I
got
don't
a little
think you
bit.
have any. A little tiny bit. You know enough to know where you are, but not enough to understand anything specific about what's going on. One thing you do know is none of those animals you can see belong in the Feywild. You know that
Right.
right away.
Hey, you're not supposed to be
Oh.
here.
So like all the forest animals that were missing ended up here.
Yeah.
It seems.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Cast Mage Hand.
Okay. Nothing.
Does it work normally or no? Doesn't work at all?
Nothing happens.
Oh, nothing happens. All right.
Alright, so we're down a sorcerer and a wizard.
Hold
and
up.
a ranger.
Hold up. I would like to try at least one thing here. I'd like to, channeling the magic of the boreal pendant that I have. I would like to attempt to.
You can't even
colour
find a
screens the
connection to your
area.
item at all. It's like it's just a piece of metal in your hand.
Wow.
So.
And I will tell you that the staff of flowers. I think someone is that you, Jay, has a staff
That's
of flowers.
mine.
If it, I think maybe it normally has an animated flowery thing to it. It doesn't seem. It's just still. It's just a stick. Everything about your weapon that you walked through that was flaming, no longer flaming.
Sid was holding that.
Oh, okay. Well, it's no longer. It
So
is
it's just
flaming.
elves.
It is flaming. It's just not here.
It's just in the forest alone
get the
with the
point.
flaming sword. Poor guy.
Well, I did rule that he became inanimate when you left. So he's just on pause.
Okay, that's good.
But
He's just
any
swinging it around.
any magical items you came through with are currently not magical.
Ooh.
For the sake of trying it, I'm gonna try and druidcraft. just to make like a little, take out one of my seeds that I carry on me and try to make it sprout.
Your magic doesn't fail, but the seed doesn't change. You don't feel you don't feel a disconnection to that magic. It just doesn't work on that seed.
Okay.
I can't be. I don't want to be any more specific, but I'm sure you understand what I'm getting at.
Yeah. I'll try and like cast it on like the actual, like nearby flowers.
Okay.
Try and make.
And the
sprout.
effect is like multiplied. They like they grow like huge, ridiculous sizes.
Ooh.
Can you do that normally, or is this like a?
Oh, sorry, that was a roleplay question? Yeah.
Yes, I can do this normally. I just always have to hold back.
Checks out.
He's just he's the most powerful adventurer I've ever.
I know, but he's like, I've lost my magic, and folks are just like, nothing has changed. I'm still amazing.
So essentially, what we're feeling is that it isn't that there's no magic in this place. It's that the connection to the arcane, the weave as such, is severed.
The weeb.
Give me an Arcana check.
Wow.
Can I also do that?
That's a 17.
Yeah, you can. Obi, yeah, please do. Your connection to your magic is very different to Zavril's. Zavril, what you've learned, you understand that sometimes magic is different in different planes of existence. The source of the magic in your items certainly has been severed. But perhaps in terms of the druidic magic, specifically the nature magic, some of that even comes from the Feywild, so is multiplied here as opposed to reduced. Obi, you get the sense that maybe some of your magic might work, just not what you tried.
Got it.
And mine's just completely cut.
Oh.
Sorry, I heard, did you say something about a voidy cup?
No, I said mine's just completely cut.
Okay, I still haven't heard a word of what Jamel's saying. Jamel, what?
I said, and mine is just completely cut then. Like, nothing.
Nothing you've tried... Yeah, I heard cup. Nothing you've tried has worked.
I'm gonna cast Frostbite on the ground.
It's sort of... It's a bit pitiful, but it works.
That was a theory of my innate cold powers.
Oh, interesting.
Is my tattoo useless?
Yes. Well, it's pretty.
And agreed. And does it look like my potions would still be effective?
Yes, they look like they're fine. They're not. So just a reference: potions aren't magical. They create magical effects using natural ingredients and natural means, so that's why they're not effective.
Wait, so I'm assuming that also means my armor isn't magical, right?
Yeah, it's just a piece of metal.
Could I take it off then?
You would lose the armor class. But yeah.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying just because it's
it's just metal. It's just metal. Okay. It's just regular plate mail.
Does this mean he also loses the language?
Yep. You reach for that connection, it's just not there. So basically, all your magical items are just standard items now. Having gone round sort of the whole group and tried to work out what's what, you work out that any natural magic, any sort of basic elemental magic, or any senses innate to your race work, but no arcane magics work. So, more specifically, no, if Jamal had Ice Storm, it would work, right? Because that's a natural magic. But Summon Chair won't, right? Magic Missile won't, exactly. Magic that comes from the weave as opposed to enhancing the natural world.
Okay.
Does this also include radiant magic?
That is not nature. Have you walked? When was the last time you, as a human, walked down the street and saw a smite fall out of the sky?
No, but I'm just saying in terms of like magic. Like, would my sword still do radiant damage? No, so I don't have smite either.
You don't think so?
But I do have divine sense.
Your divine sense. Your divine sense comes from your
line.
paladin, not from your. Yeah. So, full disclosure, I made a mistake and was thinking it was a racial ability, and it's not. It's your paladin ability.
Yes.
But more specifically, your class abilities will work, just because that's really confusing to draw a line about. So class and racials is fine, but magic spells, if it's not
And
nature,
items.
it isn't working. No magic items.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just wanted to distinguish that.
Right now, it doesn't look like you're about to have a fight, so I'd stop worrying about what's not working and start
Yeah,
worrying about
I know, but
where
the
you are.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah,
but
let's
creatures
start
are
fun.
wild, so I just want to double check.
Sorry, Honora, you were saying?
The beast sense went away, but I do get the feeling I could do it again or do it something else.
100%. It just doesn't... You've lost your connection to the world back home, so you couldn't, yeah. You couldn't cast
I
it
will
on...
turn
oh,
to
sorry, back there.
Fox. Do you want to try to speak to these creatures, or I could try?
Well, I can always try speaking to all this wonderful foliage growing here.
Fox,
They all
I'm
seem
more
quite
confident.
lively. I do have the understanding that this is the Feywild, yes?
Yes, you know 100% that this is the Feywild.
Alright. I am fully aware we are in the Feywild currently.
We're in the who, where, what now?
The Feywild. You know, I'm sure you've all had little fairy tale stories that you've heard about this place.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh. I don't know what that is.
Well,
No.
number one thing, if you meet a local person, don't give them your real name.
Give them your name, okay.
Nope. Don't give your real name or anyone else in the group. It's a trap.
Like Kawhi.
Wait, what's the name of the bandit leader that we're trying to find again?
Marcus Sunderdown.
Yeah, let's give him that name instead. See what happens. We just win the campaign because we gave the Feywild the other's name.
Sorry, was somebody trying to speak to beasts or plants?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually cast Speak with Plants and talk around.
Yeah, at first it's like an unfamiliar voice coming back. First of all these plants seem to speak in chorus. You try to speak to
that's
one
creepy.
and like 20 of them reply.
That's cute.
I can't do that with my voice, so I'm going to have to tell you that it's happening. Sorry, my bad. Secondly, it's like a bit like with the Elven. It's almost like an older version of Sylvan, or a more adult or mature version of Sylvan. And the plants turn to you. Can we be of assistance?
Well, hi. New arrival here. Was curious if any of our folk have just randomly appeared here recently.
Our home teems with creatures that do not belong. Someone has opened a door they should not have.
So it seems. Well, me and my companions here are going to try and return them to where they should be.
Your companions? Why, but some of them belong here.
Really? Now, which ones would those be?
Now, I'm not sure that I'm going to get this 100% correct, but I am pretty sure it is Obi, Glacius, Zavril, and Ashrin.
I certainly don't.
What the hell do I do here?
It's from the cider. Whoever drank the cider.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. The cider
Yeah.
way
I
back when
gave you a
at
wish from a
Centerpoint.
squirrel or something.
Yes, did I get that correct? Is it you four that gave the wishes to the
that's
squirrels?
what we did. Yeah, holy shit!
I have no clue what's going
completely
on
forgot
right now.
about that.
What are you talking about?
Was Matt not here?
Oh, yeah, he
you
was
were
here.
Well, you were here,
No,
I
you
think.
weren't.
So, hold on,
I
guys.
just-
Guys, shh, thanks. There was a moment where you were given some cider for protecting a farmer's house from wolves. Some of you partook in the cider and some of you didn't. Those that did had a dream that night where they had an encounter with a squirrel that offered them a wish.
Yum.
I'm guessing that's a no from Matt.
No, it was Fox was the other person who it was because
Fox did not
It was
drink.
not
Fox did not
Fox, it
drink.
was
No,
Callum.
I never
I
drank.
only need you to know whether your own character drank. I don't need
It
you to
was
know about
Callum.
other characters. Callum did. Okay, and Obi didn't. Sorry. Apologies.
Say Obi Dix, I would have if I was there.
Okay, that's fine. But you, to be fair, you didn't get a wish, so we're gonna leave. We're gonna say that
No.
maybe
I'm
Obi
just
didn't
joking.
notice
I
it was
did.
being drank. He'd fallen
I did.
asleep. So
Aw.
Obi, Sullivan, and Fox did not, and everybody else did. So the plants will inform you that 4 of them belong here. They are touched by the Feywilds, are they not?
I don't have that feat.
Stupid.
And I've been waiting for them to be punished for this, and now they're being welcomed with open arms.
Never realized, so I have to ask him about that. Thank you.
He says
Head
that in like
pat.
the dad tone. We'll talk about this when we get home.
Are you looking for the rest of your people?
I am indeed.
You'll find them on the fields.
Thank you.
Head towards the sunset. That's a really confusing sentence. It is like bright sun, middle of the sky, midday.
Cute.
Like 8 suns in the sky, 3 of them are about
Nope,
to go
just the
down
one.
in different directions.
Just the one.
But
and
it's
the plants
also
are
a
telling you
very
head towards the
fey
sunset.
answer.
Mhm.
Alright.
So, what did they say?
Well, we need to head toward the sunset to find the others.
It's the
Yeah.
middle of the day.
Right. But when the sun sets, then we'll head in that direction.
Do you think the sun sets normally here?
What if it just
Give
like
me a
turns
history
off?
check. Callum?
A history?
Yeah, give me a history check. See whether you've read anything about the
It's like a chain that you just pull.
19.
19. You've read that the a day's cycle in the Feywilds is a lot shorter than in the
Oh,
real world.
convenient.
By the way, and addressing the 4 that were pointed out by my lovely follower friend. Did you 4 have like any odd encounter over the past week or so?
None that
What
we aren't used to.
encounter?
Can you be more specific?
Yellow
Well,
knitted caps.
More
Yeah,
like
well, that's the only encounters we've all had, really.
more like an experience similar to this. Maybe you saw some bright trees. Maybe it happened in a dream.
Oh yeah, I had a dream about a squirrel. He asked me some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Wait, was that wrong? Was I not supposed to talk to the squirrel?
So you had an interaction with the Fae.
Oh,
Okay.
I feel like you're leaving information out here. Like,
Well, it's your. It's. Did they offer anything?
yeah.
Oh yeah, let me do this. And then I jump 30 feet straight up in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Holy guacamole,
Um,
Batman!
I
Yeah,
have
they
to
gave
tell
me
you,
this.
Callum, that does nothing. I believe.
Oh, so I just jump my normal like.
it attunes your ring of, it attunes your ring of jumping to Sid, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sid
Callum
can
wears
jump
it,
for free. Oh, does he?
but the way the thing works is like items I'm attuned to affect the mech as well.
Okay, so in my head, what the Fae granted you was Sid maintaining that ability for good.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Well, then I just
So
do a little
you
jump for no
you
reason.
jump, and everyone is just like, "Cool, Fae gave you that."
Well
I'll
done.
I'll pull out the. I think it was an acorn I was given.
You were given an acorn.
Yeah, because I asked for a way to destroy the Shadow Veil, and they were like, "Well, we can't really do that, but here, take this acorn instead." Or they gave me like a seed or something. I can't fully
I believe it was an
remember.
acorn necklace.
Ah,
All
I
right,
think
so
that was what I got.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's Ashrin. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I just
hold-
got like a seed.
so you said, were we given something?
right,
Well,
or
yes.
offered something.
Or offered something? I wonder. I'd like to tap Ashen on the shoulder and try to imbue my gift of alacrity.
I need some more specifics than that.
So gift of alacrity is the thing I got from
You're
Fey
trying to-
Touched.
Ah, okay, yeah, from your Fey touched feet. Yes, that will work.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Sorry, some context required there because I didn't I didn't choose the spell. You did.
No, yeah, good point. Yeah, I realised no, it was me that chose it because you didn't want me to have silvery barbs.
No, I did not.
Yep, no.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
so,
that works.
Okay, so that would so the Fey Touched, the gift of alacrity, all it really does is just imbues extra initiative, so a 1d8 to initiative rolls, but it doesn't
'cause
really.
Ash really
In
needs
case it
that.
doesn't do anything, but I would know it worked as
Yeah,
such.
it worked.
Huh. Interesting. Well, in that case, the gift I was imbued by the Fae does work here.
Hold on, you guys
Right.
were given gifts and visited by the Fae, and you didn't think this was good information to tell all of us?
Do you
think it was
share every
Well-
dream you have?
Well,
I would if I was given some magical ability, yeah.
Alright,
I
well,
think that's
I wasn't
prudent
given a magical
information.
ability.
Well, I mind my own business.
well, hang on, because usually when the Fae gives something, they also want something.
They asked for nothing.
That's usually how deals with devils work. They wait.
Hmm.
Devils
Alright,
or
but-
Fae, which is it?
But like, if I'm promised to the Fae and the devils, then like, who's really gonna come take me then?
I think they
Oh,
cut you in
boy.
half and then take a piece each.
Checkmate.
You're approached by a badger that begins to nuzzle up
Oh.
against each of you in turn. It does
Oh,
not
sweet.
look Fey in the slightest.
I'll pet the badger.
All of you, each one by one. Yeah.
Ew.
Hey there.
Hey there, little guy.
The badger looks up at you with a sort of eye of query, and you believe it is asking if you know where to go or how to get home, or it looks lost.
I
Unsurprising.
might have a slight idea. If you want to stay with us.
The badger sort of looks up at you for a moment and then dashes off, and then comes back moments later with a second badger in tow. And if you look a little more closely, there is a baby badger gripping to the underneath of the other badger. You
Guys,
have,
we have to get
you
him
have
out
a
of here
badger
now.
couple and a baby with you.
Alright,
Oh my
we will protect them
goodness.
with our lives.
Mr. and Mrs. Badger.
I hold them.
That
All
will
of them?
make them very uncomfortable, and it will potentially crush Obi.
Yeah,
I think the badger
pretty
weighs
large.
twice as much as your kobold.
I'm thinking of a chipmunk. I'm sorry. Never mind.
That is
You know,
far more
like,
likely.
Chipmunk.
You know,
Same
that's,
difference.
that's like what it's like. Just a regular person being like, "Oh, you know, you want to go horse riding?" You're like, "Can I hold it?"
there's
But
a
yes,
baby
as
chipmunk,
you
I'll hold it.
just a reminder, there is a small rise just to your left, which sort of allows a view.
Yeah, let's go sit on that hill till sunset, right?
There is
Yeah.
an awkward moment as you begin to move towards the hill, where various other animals begin falling in line 2 by 2.
Oh, we're Moses.
We're
okay.
Noah arcing this.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
I say
You will
Moses?
notice
What the
that
fuck?
every single animal from home that you see appears to be a couple with a child.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
Wow.
God, it's the end
Like
times.
we're in like a Disney movie.
Yeah, the only exception being the birds, where the babies don't seem to be present.
Oh, because they died.
No,
I
they're
can see if
eggs.
the people are the
Human
exception
egg.
as well.
Well, yes. Well, you don't know about the people, right? You
A
guys.
random
aren't.
couple just starts following us. With
No,
their
I have to tell you, not because they died or because they're eggs, but because baby birds can't often fly. So,
Well, yeah, so
they wouldn't have a
Oh,
way of following. Like, they're either
dead.
maybe, or they'd be in nests, or they didn't come, or you can't see them.
Okay,
That's the only
that's
piece of
fair.
information you have.
Okay, fair enough. Then.
Okay, but you're making your way up the rise, are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
It takes about an hour.
Damn.
You do
Are we
notice
like
that
next to it?
No, it's sort of a very gentle rising hill.
Oh, okay.
And when you get to
Okay.
the top, you are able to look down and see what appears to be a large, vast meadow, full of yellow and purple flowers. As you look down,
Beautiful.
you see humans frolicking in the flowers.
Frolicking?
And
Hate it here.
humanoids. Sorry, to
I'm
be
so
more
jealous.
specific. So you do
Callum,
see
do you wanna
a
go
Goliath
frolic?
down there. You see a couple of
be
humans. You see an
ridiculous.
elf. You see various others. Actually, you do not see an elf. Sorry, I'm going to take that back. You don't see an elf.
Everybody keep an eye out for the
Because,
elf.
like Ashrin, they would have had a choice.
Why does Asher get a choice?
Because she's
don't
an
know.
elf.
Well, no, I'm wondering why elves get a choice. That's what I'm wondering.
They're fey creatures.
Oh, they are.
You could have assumed that if there was a satyr here, they might have got a choice too. That sort of thing. You don't
I
see
pull out
any
my
fey
little
creatures
mini
down there.
sidekick That's a satyr.
You don't see any fey creatures down there. You just see regular humanoids.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
How far down is it to those people?
You'd have to sort of head back a little bit and then just sort of work your way down. Alternatively, if you have the ability to climb, you could climb down, but why would you? An hour or so.
Spider boots won't work anymore. Asher, what are you gonna do?
Walk.
Oh,
It's
no.
about an hour.
I guess we'll walk.
Okay.
Technically, Ashrin's always walking with the spider boots, anyways.
As
It's
you
just-
wander, oh, it's true. Yes, it's just a flat line. As
Yeah.
you wander
Stick at work
towards the
anymore.
fields, as soon as you get to the edge of the field, all of the
Yeah, I was
animals
gonna say.
behind you stop.
Spooky.
I don't
What's up,
think
guys?
we should walk into that field.
Maybe
that
it's like in the Wizard of Oz. We'll just go to sleep.
Maybe,
Yeah,
but
they're
it makes you
frolicking
frolic
around.
instead of sleep.
Yeah, maybe it has a different effect on everyone.
About how many people is it? Like a lot? A lot?
When you were up there, you could see 50, 60.
Ooh, my
Can we
goodness. This is a
shout,
whole
like-
party.
Hey,
you
It's a
They see us.
festival.
What, Matt?
Do they see us? Like, have they noticed us?
No.
Hey, you guys.
Do I see any kobolds in the crowd?
No.
Aw.
Any dragonborn?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my item I've never used before. I'm gonna use my horn of silent alarm, but
Nothing
only so that the
happens.
dragonborn can hear. Shit.
Magical items aren't working here.
He goes to blow it and nothing
I'm
happens.
sorry.
The regular horn.
No, yeah, it's like a regular horn, except no sound. It's just going on. That's it.
I'll
Sorry,
be here. Let
Matt.
me show you how it's done. What the fuck
Nothing.
is wrong with your horn?
Yes. No sound comes out.
Can we
I
just
have
go
a
say
feeling-
hi?
Let's
I have a
just
feeling
kinda
we
wave
shouldn't.
on over.
Ashrin, go.
Best, which is also the worst idea I have, is to tie a rope to one of us, and one of us tries to walk in and see what happens.
Yeah, let's send
Sullivan's
Sullivan.
volunteering. Let's see
He
him
has the
frolic.
best chance at protecting himself against the save.
I will go, and if something does happen, it has been a pleasure to travel with you all.
You're not gonna
Sullivan-
die.
Are you sure
Sullivan-
it shouldn't be somebody less strong if we're trying to pull people
Oh, that's
back?
true. Hold on.
I just...
Sullivan, you might need backup.
I
Is that
will
what
give
we-
you the signal. The signal will be.
Sullivan is going to go, yeah? Rope tied round. You would assume
Good
that
luck.
between the other 6 of you, you can pull Sullivan back.
I could probably pull Sullivan.
You could try. He's got very thick thighs.
Sullivan, as you step out into the fields, you hear a song.
Is it the song I heard
Do
before?
you speak Elvish?
No, you know I only speak Goblin.
You don't speak Common?
Man, you speak common too.
You hear this singing going on, and sort of you reach out with your hands, and you can sort of just about brush the tops of the plants. There is no save, by the way.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you feel very at peace. But being a focused person with a goal, you sort of shrug off that feeling of, Josh is much less focused than Sullivan. Sullivan shrugs off his feeling for a moment, and as you look around, you see that each person who is walking through the fields appears to sort of be looking up at the sky, not at where they're going, and is sort of wandering almost aimlessly. And
I see. So
you
it
sort
is
of,
a little bit like the Wizard of Oz.
you get this sort of pull to do that, and then you shrug it off. You can hear the music, but you're focused on your task. What are you doing at this point?
To be quite honest with you, before I even speak to these people, I kind of want to join it. I want to frolic with them just for a little bit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You feel a tug at your hip as people begin pulling you back in response to you looking like
Sullivan,
everybody else
snap out
that's
of
lost in the plants.
Oh my goodness.
But only after a minute or so. You get a minute
Yes.
or so.
I will, sway with them. But then I guess I'll go up to a human would be a safe bet that they'll speak common. So I'll approach a human and tap them on the shoulder.
Yeah, you see a human male. He appears tall and very muscular. He's wearing what appears to be hunter's clothing. And indeed, he has a sort of hand axe at his hip and a bow strung over his shoulder. And he turns to you and looks straight above your head. And brushes
My
where
eyes
you
are down
touched him.
here.
He sort of brushes where you touched him, as if looking like he's trying to remember something or recall something. And then he turns away from you and begins to walk.
I'll gently put my arms on his shoulders to stop him, and then I'll put my hands on his face to bring his face down to eye level.
Okay. He appears to be staring straight through you, but he puts his hands up to his face and places them on yours. You hear a female voice break through and say, "He can't hear you or see you."
Who are you?
As you look to the right, there is a young girl. She is...
I thought it was like
she hasn't just...
Who are you?
I'm so sorry.
She's like, down here, mister.
Yeah, exactly. She's a half-elf. And she says, I came here like the rest, but I seem to have retained more of a sense of myself. They're all lost like this, you know.
Well,
Half an elf.
can they survive here? Are they happy, or is this an illusion?
I don't know. I never get hungry. I never get tired. I never get thirsty.
But is it their choice?
I don't know.
Is it the plants that are causing this, or is it a being?
I don't know.
I
I came
don't know
here
what
like the
you
rest.
do.
I came here like the rest of them. She's not a child. She's not a child. She's just short.
okay.
She's like
Looks like a kid to me.
she's like 25, 30.
Wow.
Have you seen
She's so
any humanoids that are from this land?
No.
No.
Cause
Okay.
There's There's a waterfall at the other side of the forest, at the other side of the meadow. I can't get too close to it, but maybe you could try. I can't make myself. I can't make myself. Even if I close my eyes and try running at it, find that I never get any closer.
I'll look back and mutter under my breath. I hope they've got long enough rope. And I will hold my hand out for her to take it. And I'll say, "Can you take me there?"
Yeah. Hey, full disclosure, you haven't got a mile of rope.
Well, then they're just gonna have to let go.
Are you just gonna yank it?
If they yank it, I'll just go, "Cuckoo!"
Did we
What does
let
that
her
mean
yank
again?
him back?
Oh no!
That means
Wait.
pull you back.
Okay.
You want to go for cuckoo?
He did the signal.
No, okay, so this is the one that means follow. Tweet tweet.
Well, you didn't tell us that before.
We never established.
We got
Josh, you are 60 foot away. Do you want to just shout?
It's
Or
so
walk?
peaceful. Do I have to?
So boorish.
I'll
Walk
just
over there.
gesture for them to follow.
Okay.
I mean, if he
Who
doesn't
will,
want
who
y'all,
won't?
just walk over.
Who will, who won't? Will we all follow?
I will.
I'm going.
Yes.
If we step through, the animals that are following us won't. Will
They will not follow you any further. No. They all wait. The badger sort of gives a strange look. And then pointedly looks up at Fox and just sits on the ground at the edge of the ring, as if to say, "I'll wait."
Okay.
I'll be
Yes, I'll
back.
follow.
As you all step onto this field, you all feel a slight urge to just sort of brush your hands along the tops of the flowers. And as you do so, the pollen sort of comes out and brings a beautiful smell. Weirdly enough, whether you are a dragonborn or a kobold, when you put your arms out, they're the perfect height for the tops of the flowers. Which makes no sense.
That's cute.
There's just a forest around me and Fox.
Yeah, I mean, as you guys sort of step forwards, following Sullivan, you all feel this urge and embrace it perhaps for a moment, perhaps for a minute or so. There's a great peace to this, but each of you knows that back home there's a goal to achieve.
Oh, I love that.
I got racists to
And you
kill.
sort of bring your mind back to focus. You can all hear the singing, and as you walk towards the waterfall, the song gets louder and louder.
Turn that music down. That's too damn loud.
As you get over towards the waterfall and you look up, you see what appears to be a purple, elvish female. She sits on the edge of a rock with the... Oh, hold on, sorry, I've got to reverse. About 3/4 of a mile across, the girl whose hand you're holding turns to you, Sullivan, and says, "This is as far as I go."
Damn, how did you see the waterfall?
I will come back for you.
She can see it. It's only 1/4 of a mile away. That's not that far.
Not fair enough.
Your eyes, man.
Can't say.
And she will tell you that her name is Charlotte.
Charlotte.
And
I
she
will
asks
come
you
back
to
for you,
find her
Charlotte.
again.
I will. Stay in the meadow, and I will come back for you.
And at that point, she sort of lets go of your hand, and you're able to walk the rest of the way. You all appear unaffected by whatever is stopping her. As you get to the base of the waterfall, you see a purple elf sat on a rock at the top of the waterfall, and she is singing. Next to her is... This is difficult to describe. It's. Do you all know what an ent is from Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Treebeard.
I'm really glad that we've got 7 out of 7.
Thank
Yes, it's like that. Really small. About 3.5, 4 foot tall. It is the male voice in this song as they sing together.
I want one.
When you say
you
purple
note that-
elf,
Is
Yeah.
this?
does
Go
she
on.
look like a shadow veil?
No,
or like
no,
a
Shadow
drow?
Veil don't look like elves. She doesn't look like a Shadow Veil. She doesn't look like a drow. She is bright, almost like bright pink. Another weird reference, like the Guardians of the Galaxy funny ears person.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like that sort of color.
Mantis.
It's not really purple. Yeah, but yeah, she's not any elfish race you recognize.
So, hold on. When you say ent type thing, is this sort of rooted into the ground or?
No, you can't see. It's at the top of the rock.
Ah, okay.
So, do we say
I'll
something?
just-
or-
Yeah, I'll just... Not trying to interrupt, I'll try and find a gap in the music where it's just instrumental. I'll be
There's
like,
not.
hello!
And they don't
Those are
even
different.
glance at you.
Someone shoot an arrow at them.
No,
That'll get their attention.
not everything should be done with violence, Glacius.
Does it look like there's any place to
Walk
scale
or
up?
It's a waterfall. You could try like climbing the rocks behind it. I don't know.
I'm gonna put my Zora tunic on.
Well, like
and then-
I don't imagine it's like waterfall as far as the eye can see.
No, of course not. Yeah, it's just a narrow waterfall. You can walk around it and climb up the rocks. That's what I mean, like behind it, because the cliff edge is sort of like that, right, and the waterfall's coming over the edge. So you can just like walk behind the waterfall and then climb up the rocks there.
Okay.
We still get hit with the current at the top that could push us back down, right?
You can climb up the rock parts that don't have water coming off them. That's what I mean. Like, it's just a cliff with a waterfall, right?
Okay.
It looks like a difficult climb, but good try.
Are they both singing in Elvish, or are they singing
Yes.
in Sylvan, or
They are singing in a very, very ancient form of Elvish, and it is a song about returning home. In fact, it is a song about wishing to return home, I guess, is a better way of putting it.
Song about Ashton returning home.
More specifically, she is singing about lost ones who want to go home.
Oh dear.
Ah,
I don't want to grow up.
that makes more sense because I was gonna say, aren't these ones that are here from here? So why would they be singing about returning?
They are
home?
definitely from here, yes.
Oh. But no, it's others wanting to return home. That makes sense, yeah.
I'll try
Start
something.
climbing, boys.
Go on, Obi.
I don't know if this is gonna work, but when I try and cast Shape Water, does it work or does it have no effect?
It costs.
I
What are you trying to do with it?
want to cast it on the waterfall. I want to change the direction of the water to go up and see if it can pull me up the waterfall.
Aw.
You get the impression
so
that what you're
cute.
trying to do isn't possible. But you
I thought
also
it
get
was,
the
but I wanted to
impression
try.
that you're not actually as crazy as you think. I can only tell you to go and put your hand in the waterfall. That's the only best way I can explain it.
Well, when I'm doing this, I'm touching the water.
Great. As you touch the water, your hand is like pulled upwards.
Oh shit!
Oh, there he goes.
Wait, so could Obi reverse it so it goes down then?
Kind of, not really. I'm not going to take away the path.
Well, if it pulled me up, then I wouldn't do that anyway.
Obi
um,
breaks.
He just goes to the top like an
his
elevator?
hand starts lifting
Oh.
because he only put his hand in it.
Well, I'll put my whole body in.
Yeah, you begin
I'll
to
jump in
rise
after him.
up
There he
in the
goes.
waterfall.
yeah, same.
Obi, come back!
Okay, Sullivan sort of runs after you, leaps into the waterfall, and up he goes. At which point you will see that not only are they rising, but they're also fairly dry.
Oh,
The
good.
fuck? God.
Oh, okay. That was the most important detail.
Can we breathe?
My point is, it's not a real waterfall. Is what I meant by it's dry. I didn't mean that. Don't worry, you won't get wet.
I don't want to soak my cloak.
Obi and Sullivan, as you reach the top, you see that behind this Eladrin and this tree creature is what I can only describe as a sort of a goddess of sorts.
Oh, what?
Jeez.
Oh shit, we're talking to God.
Yeah, she stands about 30 foot tall. She is sitting, but she would stand about 30 foot tall. She is
Sweet
sitting
mom.
and she is very still and concentrating. She
Yeah,
has
mommy.
long blue hair all the way to her hips, and the brightest of sort of crystal blue eyes. Her skin appears almost frozen and glittering in silver. And as she sees Obi and Sullivan, she looks out. Welcome.
Thank you. Who are you?
I am one of the council.
Galadriel, is that you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know who that is.
What, you never read Lord of the Rings?
What is this Lord of the Rings you speak of?
Oh,
I have my flowers nearby.
Sorry?
We're like right where we are.
The flowers, yes.
Can I pick I want to pick a flower and give it to the singing elf.
To the singing elf, you can hand it. You can put it on
Whatever
her
it is.
lap or next to her, but she doesn't. She's not aware of your presence and doesn't respond. And the lady will look to you and she will tell you that she cannot respond to you. She calls our people home. That is my daughter. For reference, she is Veranestra, and her daughter is Nintra Ciota, I think is how you say
Jesus.
this. I will just give you the names.
Are we supposed
Great.
to know those people?
I don't think that your characters would, but if you as people know who they are the Princess of Shadowglass and the Queen of the and the Oak Princess. Are the two.
Okay.
They're Fae. They're Fae.
Alright,
they're
I'm Doctor
arch
Strange.
Fae, basically.
I was gonna ask that once I got up there.
Well, you all begin arriving at the top, and you all see this sort of this queen looking towards you.
Damn, she's tall.
I'm afraid there are others, including ourselves, who came here by mistake. Would you be
did
able
not
to
come here by
aid us in-
mistake. You came because of the
There's
sun.
But some of us are not of the Fae.
Indeed. And much like your people are lost here, our people are lost out there. Someone opened a door that should not have opened. I believe it is you that will close it.
This is slowly becoming Kingdom Hearts.
I don't know anything
The
about
door
that.
to darkness.
But you can basically assume that as many people of her people have got lost out there as people have wandered in.
If we close the door, then wouldn't both sets of people be trapped in their respected realms?
We have ways of controlling travel if the portal was not open. But it is everything I can do to stop our world spilling out into yours.
Wait, Sid. Oh, Sid's still holding the door, isn't he?
No.
No, he's holding his flaming sword.
Yeah, he's shut down.
Moss is growing over him.
He's
Bastion.
How do we close the door?
Better question, where's the door?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah. If you can find the door, it should be a fairly... Again, it is... I don't know how she would explain it, but you just need to dispel the magic, basically. That's what she'll tell you.
Do you not know where the door is?
It is in your realm, not mine.
Oh, shit.
So that's a yes.
She doesn't know where it is. She just knows it's in your realm.
Yeah. Would you be able to send us back? And then we can look for it?
Perhaps, though you must leave something behind, those of your people who brought something of the Fae with you.
You mean like that acorn?
The
What are you
gifts
doing
that are
with my
given by
acorn?
the gifts that are given by the Fae cannot be given back. You must give something of your own.
I
Raucous Sunderdown.
I will give her
No, not you.
Dexter. Okay.
Not you.
Dexter.
She gestures
Yeah.
towards those of you who took a wish from the Fae.
The secret keepers, you mean?
Yeah, they must leave something behind, and then she will let you pass back into your own realm to search for the door to close.
Raucous Sunderdown.
What is that?
That's my real name, first of all.
That's my real name.
And while each of the four of you considers what you will leave behind in the world of the Fae,
What does she want?
Something.
you may
You want a piece of chalk?
You may give me something of magical use in your world, or something of yourself.
Do they each
It
have
is
to
your
give
choice.
one thing, or just one
Each
person
one
have
of
to
them
give?
Yeah,
has
you
to
can
give
have one of my
one.
own.
Nice punishments.
But while you consider that, we will take a short break. Hello, and welcome back to the second half of Sogravia, the last Bastion. Alora has had to leave during the break. She's gone. Well, where's she gone? She's gone caravanning in Kansas.
I was gonna say back to the Feywilds.
Yeah, she's gone caravanning in Kansas with her koala bear. And she'll be back soon. Well, not today, but soon.
Eventually.
Yeah. Well, cool. Anyway, the Princess of the Feywilds is asking you, those of you who have a gift from the Fey, to leave something of your own behind for a fair exchange. If you wish to leave back to your realm to find the door to the Feywilds.
Leave my +1 halberd. I guess it's just a normal halberd here, but you know.
When she takes this from you, she touches it, and you see the magic sort of all along the edge. She takes the magic from your world that is stored inside it, and she reignites it in Feywild light. It looks a lot cooler than it did when you gave it to her. It looks a lot cooler than it was when you brought it into this world. Ashrin steps forward with Cadeline's no-no smell, and after she sort of... A handsome gift, if a little odd. And she sort of places it on the edge of her. And you're just going to remember, like, she's like 15, she would be 30 foot tall, right? So she's like 15 foot tall while sitting down. And she's given her a little vial. So she like grabs it between her little fingers like this. And she just sort of like puts it on the side. And then she looks to Zavril.
I will fish out from my bag a chime of opening and hand that over and see.
She sort of raises an eyebrow as if to say, you know, open doors are the whole problem right now. But she'll take your touch of irony, and she will soak the magic from it, and instead it begins to play a beautiful tune as she sort of hangs it, apparently like in midair, and then a tree sort of extends and grows underneath it to hold it up, and then she looks to Callum.
Well, take 9.
Yeah, take this little child. I don't know. I have a couple things. Do you want a vicious dart? Here you go.
Really, you couldn't have spent longer saying that? I've got potato chips in my mouth.
Sorry.
You want vicious dart.
Sorry, you said, I don't know, I've got a couple of things. I thought you were going to then spiel off a bit of a story, and then you just like straight to the point. She holds it for a moment.
That or my tentacle rod.
She's
tentacle rod.
A dark magic.
You don't like it?
She will take the magic from it and she will utilize it for something else. And the dart sort of splinters out into this interesting silver branch tree, and then she plants it in the ground.
Dude, that is cool.
She uses the magic, but she doesn't like the item in its original impact. And then she gestures towards a tree behind her and she says, "You may return home, but please find this portal and close it."
Wait, before we go, I need to see someone.
I see. One moment. Let me just finish my sentence. Sorry, I have no idea how to return to what she was going to say. But she will say, the portal you are looking for, I don't know where it is, but I do know what it will look like.
Oh, good.
And she will create an image of it on the water, of the pool that flows down into the
big bird.
No. What you will see is equally spaced wooden sort of runed circles. You recognize these immediately. You have seen them, or one of them at least, in the bandit camp. There were small versions of these, but on a larger scale, this is what they used. Somewhere is this sort of huge portal circle that has used those ruined plates that you saw in the bandit camps to open this portal. So you're basically looking for a circle of wooden plates.
Is this what they were chopping down those trees for?
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Oh my
Exactly.
god. Okay.
Well done.
So, do we need to? So, should we be removing these things, or just trying to dispel the magic held within them?
And she says, "I nearly forgot." And she takes out a small, to her, to you, it's sort of like you'll have to wrap your arms around it. It's a bit like a barrel, really. But it is a glass shaker. It appears to be filled of something a little akin to salt, but that glitters unnaturally.
Magic salt.
This will dispel the magics.
So we just sprinkle these onto each of the stone, and and the portal should collapse.
It's effectively weird crystals of dispelling specific magicness.
Do we have to take the whole barrel, or?
It's like a giant salt shaker.
Okay.
You can hoist it
that's
on one
cute.
shoulder.
Okay.
She sort of looks at you and hesitates for a moment. It might be smaller in your world. Or bigger, I'm not sure.
Oh, jeez.
I just get crushed as soon as we come out. Death by Schultz. Shaking.
I don't know. Sorry. You wanted to see someone, Sullivan?
Yes, Charlotte. She's back in the field. I don't want to leave without letting her know what's happening.
You ask a lot. If I give you the girl, one of my people will not be able to return.
No, I'm not saying I want to take her with me.
Oh.
I just want to let her know what's happening.
Ah. You could see the relief on her shoulders, you know. She thought you were asking her to, like, sacrifice
You know what
one of her
they
people
say
so you
about
could take them home
assuming.
now. And she said, well, you will have to pass back through the meadow, perhaps. You might speak to her then. There is something else I would ask of you.
Oh, I thought she said, like, the way out.
The tree behind
this
her
way.
is going to take you back to the meadow, not take you...
Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
There is one other thing. When you return to the other side of the meadow, I believe, and she looks straight at Fox, you have made a connection. Perhaps you might lead the animals of your kind home. They are just lost.
Oh, thank goodness I was going to ask.
Near where you came in, you will find a large oasis. Just head straight into it. It'll lead you home. She nods for a moment and looks around at each of you. She sort of looks around a little bit. And she gestures towards Brutus first, and then towards Roberto.
Aww.
And she places her hand gently on their head. Then, as she sort of looks at Brutus, she's... a wise creature. If you remember, Brutus followed you by choice. So that is something to think of. As she takes her hand away, you do hear a little ding, as there is a bell on the collar of each of the dogs. And she tells you it will be still in your world unless they are lost. At which point it will call out to you. May it never ring.
Thank you.
Bad day to not have a dog as a pet.
And with that...
Thank you for your aid.
No problem. You may go with my blessing. And to those of you who do not have a gift from the Feywilds, you may take one now. I believe it is called Envoy to the Fey. It is a feat. Zavril, Raziel, and no. Zavril,
Who's he?
Sullivan, and Obi. You may add the feat if you wish on your way out.
On many adventures, you've come to learn a thing or two about the Fae. Perhaps you are off to visit them in the Feywilds now and again, or maybe it was because you possess a Fae ancestor and sought to learn more about them. Whatever the reason, you've come to gain a deeper understanding of them and their ways. You gain the following benefits: increase your charisma score by 1. You can speak, read, and write Sylvan. You have advantage on persuasion, intimidation, and deception checks made when communicating with a Fae creature.
I do know this is kind of harsh on Jay, who already can speak Sylvan, but...
I can't.
You can't?
No.
Oh.
Well, perfect then.
No. It's more just like, yay, my charisma score of 6 is going up to 7.
Yes. I will grant that Obi probably has 20 already.
Ooh,
Yep.
yeah.
So at least 6 to 7 is better than 20 to 20.
Oh, it hurts.
Such is life.
Right. So, what's
It's actually cold.
What of the
Envoy
ones-
to the Fae, I believe. What are the ones what?
What of the ones who are lost within our realm? Are they?
So
are
she's
they-
already told you that once you manage to close the portal that's causing this erratic changing of paths, she can facilitate the exchange herself.
Right, so we won't have to do anything for that. Excellent.
No.
Okay.
Charlotte and Co. will be returned home as a one-for-one exchange with the Fae who've gone missing in your world.
Okay, that's excellent.
What if the phase that's gone missing is that bird creature that's been killing everyone?
Well, why don't we ask if she lost a bird creature that's been killing everyone?
Have you lost a dragon bird?
Do you ask?
Yeah.
You lost
Might
a
as
dragon
well.
bird?
No.
Have you heard
Well-
of a dragon bird before?
Can I just remind you that your characters don't really know much about dragons, except they've been missing from Sogravia for 150 years. She will tell you I've lost no large flying creatures at all. My people are, well,
So it's
a
not
little
for me.
like you, and she will gesture towards Ashrin. She's lost a bunch of like satyrs and stuff, like not.
Right.
She's not lost any dragon birds.
Yeah, she hasn't like lost creatures of the Fae while
She's lost people.
People.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, it could be a person. We don't know.
Cool. I will tell you, just for reference, I'm sure this would feature in the conversation somewhere. The animals of the Feywild haven't left the Feywild. They're just keeping away from the creatures from your realms. So there's no animal issues in the Feywild, only in the natural world.
Cool. Well, let's.
Okay, when you're ready, you may leave through the oasis.
I was about to ask that. I was about to be like, so where's the exit?
She told you that. She told you that the oasis near where you are, but you need to lead the animals.
Oh, animals back. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go Noah this shit.
Okay. As you take the tree down to the bottom of the hillock, you approach the meadow again. Once again, the music. Yes, go.
Yeah. Before I go through, I want to be the last one because I want to have a moment.
Yep.
Because each magic item she took, it flourished in a sense, right?
It did.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to give her a gift then.
She nods to you.
The staff of flowers.
Yes. Although I am not touched like the others who gave you something in order to leave. I wish to leave this here in order for it to truly flourish. The gift of even being able to have traveled here is incredible for me. And I'll just hold out the staff of flowers.
You are most welcome. You understand us, but you do not understand this. The Feywild owe no debts. She reaches over to the... Do you remember this tree that grew to hold the wind chime? She reaches over and she breaks off a little tiny twig. And as she pulls it towards her, it grows to a staff in size. 'Tis but a stick in our realm. But perhaps it could be of use in yours. And she will exchange the staffs. A Fae cannot take a gift without giving something in return, just like they cannot give a gift without taking something in return. She will owe no debts or favours.
Let's just give them everything.
Yes, and she will fill you up with blades of grass.
Fuck yeah.
In this situation, she gives you what appears to be a simple stick. It is a little unnaturally smooth, but otherwise is just a staff. Just a quarter staff. And she bids you be on your way and travel safely.
Yeah. And with that, I will continue through after everyone else with my new stick.
With my new stick. I love it. Yep, as you then head down, you head to the edge of the meadow.
I got
Sullivan, you are seeking...
Charlotte.
Charlotte, okay. And yeah, as you head on through the meadow, as you approach, you go in about a quarter of a mile. Charlotte sort of comes up to you. You came back.
I said I would.
Are we leaving with you?
I'm afraid it's not that simple. You see, there has been something's gone wrong, and the doorway to this realm and the material plane has swung open. The only way to get you and everyone else out is by closing that door, but that door's on our plane. But I will come back for you.
I'm sure you will. Thank you for your...
I will take her hands in mine and look like dead and right. I promise I will come back for you.
Thank you. Travel safely.
I will. And I will kiss her hand.
Oh. She smiles gently and she lets you go. And yeah, as you head on through the meadow and back to the oasis, you may step through.
Yeah. Oh, how are the animals?
Yeah, they follow you 2 by 2. They seem very relaxed, very, very confident in your abilities to lead them.
All right.
And yeah, you arrive back exactly where you left off, which I believe is here, maybe. Is it here? Tell me it's here.
Yes, it's awfully familiar again.
Yes, half of you are missing, but it's there. If that's relevant.
Hey, my hole's still here.
I guess Nocturne. I see you were waiting for us.
I think I'm in Kansas. Everything is black and white.
How long? Like that? Wow. Ugh, tongue tie. About how long has it been? Mainly asking because if it's been like a couple minutes, my panther would have gone off.
Give me a perception check. Not to find the panther.
Give me a panther find check.
Perception. 14. Oof.
Jeez, how bad did
You're not sure any time has passed at all.
No.
That makes
Yo.
sense.
Fey magic, bro. What the hell?
Man, that Fey time be hidden different.
Yeah.
And as you do step forward, you note that the staff you are containing, the stick you are holding, it grows a white petaled flower out of it.
Oh, am I crushed by the salt shaker?
You may add that to your inventory.
Staff of super
You
flower.
can have a flower on it and use the sprouting of the flowers without attuning to it. If you want the nature's connection, that's what you need to attune for, and the charges. So it's still a stick. Either way.
Oh my gosh, I finally have an attunement item.
Well, yes, I know you have a slot for it right now, but down the line, if you wish to give up an attunement slot, you wish to have the attunement slot, you can still use the staff as a stick. Imagine that, I'm so giving.
Yeah. I'm just imagining of having 3 attunement items.
Well, the day will come, my friend. The day will come. The more that Callum gives out, eventually.
Yeah.
Right.
Tend to correct next time.
Yeah. You said that the panther expires in a couple of minutes.
Oh no, if it had been a few minutes, it would have gone off because I wouldn't be there to command it.
Ah, right. It would have wandered off. I see. Yeah, no. It's still sat there waiting. Sid is like perfectly still, holding the sword that's flaming. And as soon as you come back, he like, so maybe you're not the first one through the oasis. Everybody else will notice he's like dead still. But as soon as Callum comes back, he sort of and sort of rocks back into life. The same with Nye, frozen in motion, and then a second Callum's around again in this plane of existence. They become exactly as they were before.
Because artificer stuff, yeah, that actually makes sense.
Enough slacking.
Enough slacking.
I hop back into the Sid suit.
Okay.
So, do I have to keep carrying the salt shaker over my shoulder, or like?
Oh well, the salt shaker. Who knows?
Or did I get crushed?
It is now 3 by 8 miles. No.
Oh.
She said it might get smaller as you feel the weight disappear from your shoulder. You can't help but look around. It's about 1.5 centimeters in height.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Don't lose it.
I'm gonna put it in my potato pocket for safekeeping.
Yep. Okay. You do notice as you move it that some of the salt sort of comes out of the shaker, but there seems to be a limitless source of it. So you'll be alright.
Good.
Don't worry.
All right. So now we'll start ferrying the animals through. You know.
Well, the animals don't just arrive behind you.
They explode.
They sort of wander out of different areas a little close to you, but not quite in the same spot. And sort of over in this direction, and sort of over here, and over there. One thing you will notice is they are not a pair with a baby when they come through. You'll see a single badger, then a couple of badgers, then another badger, 3 or 4 more badgers, another one. And then you see sort of a whole host of deer come through. They were a representation of all of the animals that had got lost. Being funneled into a single version of.
Beautiful.
You have returned the wildlife to the Greenwood, though you will assume that while the portal is open, various bits of it will go missing again.
Motherfucker.
That's true.
Yeah. So, go on.
Sorry. I can't remember if you did, but what did Charlotte look like, apart from being short and half elf?
She is 5'1" with reddish brown hair. I'm trying to work out if I can ping from here. Let me try saving it. I can't do that. Okay. I'll put it in the Discord instead then. She looks like that. So yeah, she's about 5'1". She's got sort of like reddish ginger hair. It's in little locks at the front. She has her elvish ears, but she's clearly a half elf.
Okay.
By nature of her eyes and.
I'll keep the kiss then. On the hand. Part of me was like, I don't remember what he says she looks like. And I've just kissed her hand. I was like, oh no.
What if she's ugly?
What if she's an uggo?
Yeah. I was like, oh shit. But no, that's
stop trying to get laid.
I'll keep the kiss. Get laid? Sullivan's a virgin.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
It's like,
He's just been touched for the very first time.
yeah, he's in love.
Wow.
Damn, that Fey magic is doing work.
Yeah.
It really do.
Guys, you are in a forest. What doing?
Find plates.
Oh, you want to do that now?
The sooner
I'm
the
assuming
better.
that was like a...
Okay.
I mean, if
do
they're
we know where to
magic,
search at all?
The only thing she knows is that it is on your plane of existence.
Oh,
If-
Jesus.
if they let off any kind of magical pulse or anything like that, perhaps the Mages Hurricane would be the best people to go ask about. They could have, you know, in Skyrim, where the Synod
Yes.
have that map, and then it pulsates where the college is, because that's where the orb is. They might have something like that.
Perhaps, yeah. We don't have any way to know, like, the portal doesn't have to be in close proximity to
Well-
where people are disappearing.
You don't know anything one way or the other about that. But you do know that people have been disappearing in the Greenwood, right?
Yes.
Which is this whole forest.
A lot of forest.
That might not necessarily mean that this is.
You know, mostly they've come disappearing from this sort of area, I guess. Is a better way of putting it. That's the one thing you know, right? You would assume that if the portal was somewhere else, that people would go missing in that place instead, right?
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could keep searching this whole forest, or we could get more magical people to help us figure something easier out.
That's true.
I guess there is something I could do
Mm-hmm.
while we do other things.
Super detect magic?
My thought was I could at least have Nocturne do a long search whilst we consider doing other things, and then any ones that Nocturne happens to find, I'm pretty sure he will remember where they are.
You're looking for a specific circle of... Right, it's not just going to be random plates in random places. It will be a circle of plates.
Like, this one we're looking for is like a big version of what we've seen before.
Yeah, it's a teleportation circle. It's just, maybe 12 or 15 meters across instead of 1 or 2.
Alright.
Nocturne can circle about, but Nocturne's been above this forest looking for other stuff for a while and hasn't found anything.
So it may not even be on the surface.
It's possible.
Right, well, we're not getting anything done here. Do we wanna
Let's get out of this forest.
Yeah, do we want to head back to that Freer Guard outpost, kidnap that old lady?
Do you want to pick up Agatha? Do you want to head to the Mage's Arcade in Carthan and tell them about the forest? Do you want to go and take on some bandits in some coves and die? Do you want to go back to Vanhania? Do you want to go to a temple in the mountains? Do you want to tell me what the hell this purple dot is?
I don't know. Here.
You tell me.
Does anyone know why there's a purple pin here?
I have no idea.
No, I have no idea. It was there for a reason.
I have a suggestion though. So we go pick up Agatha, then we drop her off in Carthan, and also talk to the Magus Arcane. We can use the teleporter there to head to Vanhania to get Torgar and the band back together, and then head to Thraxton if that's what we need to do, and then head back to Bandits.
That was like a 5-step plan, Glacius.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I'm really proud of myself too.
Yeah, that's the longest you've ever planned ahead.
Dude,
As we
that's
said,
like the-
Glacius is really organised and planned as a person. It's just Darth.
It's me. It's me. I always have to play the smart characters because I'm not.
Does anybody have any disagreement?
Sounds good to me.
You don't want to go hunting plates?
Well, we can keep our eyes open while we're like going through the forest.
I'd be very worried for you making your way through the forest with your eyes closed. So.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, I also feel like us just pointlessly searching through the forest wouldn't be that good of an idea. Like, we would probably eventually find it, but like, we could very well like lose the war in that time.
It's alright. It's you guys. Like you might not find anything at all.
Damn, you're right.
You
know
may
what,
have
dude?
already found it.
Yeah,
Oh
for real.
no.
But yeah, it also doesn't seem like, because it seems like the people are fine there, so it's not like we have to like rush quickly to try to get this done.
I just want to point out, I don't mind at all. You do whatever you like, but you don't seem particularly worried about the fact that there are random 60 Fey people in your world.
I was just about to bring it up. I was literally just about to bring it up.
Yeah, I mean,
it's also the same thing of just like, okay, well, like, what do we realistically do about it, right?
I don't know.
Like, we can tell the Magus Arcane about it, right? They're probably in a better situation than we are to handle anything.
However, can we trust them to, like, be good about it? For all we know, they might try and kidnap them, trying to use the Fey magic for their own, I don't know, mysterious plans that they have to take over the world. Like, I don't think we should go to a random faction that we're not massively friends with and be like, by the way, unknown magic, this way.
Wasn't it you
Well,
that suggested going to them to find it?
To know if they know of any anomalies, but that's about it. I don't want to give them details.
It's also Sullivan. I do agree with what you're saying. I think it is smart about that, but at the same time, it's like, who else would we go to then? Like, I feel like it should be known by one of the factions that there are potentially 60 Fey people running around the kingdom. That the disappearing that's happening here.
They got teleported to the forest, and immediately they were like, "Let's go run around the kingdom."
Well, you know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I just love the idea that as soon as they've arrived here, they're just like dashing off in different directions.
yeah. They're looking for a portal to the Fey world's open, right? I understand the idea of wanting to be skeptical of the other factions, of all the factions, to be fair, right? But at the same time, they have almost like quadruple the resources that we have.
And I may be biased, but they are probably the best equipped to find things like that as well, using magic.
I love the way you think that the Magus Arcane only have quadruple your resources.
See, the only reason I didn't say that is
try a few thousand times, you know.
Yeah, I just didn't know what the shorthand for that was.
If they were appearing here, do you think most likely some of them ended up over here in Quebec? We haven't seen or heard about any mysterious Fey people showing up, right?
Callum, you gave me a history check to do with the Feywild earlier. Can you remember what you got?
I got a 19.
Thanks. You would know that one thing about the Fae is they are notoriously good at hiding and are very unlikely to approach a highly populated place.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So they are probably all
right
amongst
here.
the forest.
Yeah.
Fuck's
Pretty
sake.
much.
Hey, Fey people, we talked to your god queen person.
Yeah, what was her name?
We're here to help you.
Venestera, I think.
Ravenesca.
Veranestra. No.
Veranestra.
Yes, Veranestra.
But, you know, I feel like letting someone know is probably better than, you know, just keeping this to ourselves.
Then I think we should tell the Dawn Guard.
Ugh, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, realistically, what are the Dawn Guard gonna do for this magical problem?
Well, I was talking about the civilians of the Feywild. They could shelter them. Whilst we look for the door.
I don't know where any civilians are.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if I may, if they're appearing in the forest, perhaps I get in touch with my own kind, and they can keep an eye out for any.
Yeah.
Druids or, like...
Forest folk.
Yeah, forest folk, I
Yeah.
guess.
Burbolgs, there are many who live out here.
Okay, I didn't want to just assume Furbolgs.
Well, it's pretty much where we live now.
And full disclosure, Glacius was going to say, what, trees?
To be fair, I think that I think that Fox has spent more time in this campaign talking to plants than to people.
And that is a very true fact. Fox is shit with talking with people. That's why half the interactions I've had with our people, I've wild shaped into a fox.
To be fair though, you have improved. You have 7 charisma now.
That is true.
Future party
I've
face.
got it slightly better. To be fair, yeah. Well, yeah, I have the cloak. It adds a D4 to my persuasion checks.
Great. Yeah, you can be the emblem of the group by being a fox. Which direction are you guys going?
Go get Angela. Seer, man.
Who's Angela?
Oh, Agatha.
Her name.
Agatha,
Cool. That one, yeah.
So you're sticking to Dal's plan, are we? So we're going to Agatha, we're dropping her off in Carthon, where we're possibly telling the Magus Arcane, and then teleporting to Van Harnia. Is that the logic?
Yeah, we don't have to necessarily tell the Magus Arcane everything, but you know, talking to them so that way so they can keep their eye out for these seals.
Okay. It is currently about 3 p.m. You can get back to the Furin Guard very late tonight. Is that what we want to do?
Yeah. And before heading out of like this general area, I'm going to sort of set up a druidic message.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're able to sort of lay down enough communication to say, shelter the people of the Feywild. As you are leaving the forest, you do sort of see above you, on you, I don't know which way to put it, a huge shadow pass over you guys. And as you look up,
The dragon bird.
that creature is still up above you.
Alright, dragon bird's still here. Alright, good to know.
Wait,
I will take
can we get a
perception
good look
check
at it
from
now?
Fox, please.
You have your spyglass, Fox? Is that you?
Yes, that is me.
Fox, quickly, here! Throws it.
Please tell us what this fucking thing is.
Yeah, there we go. 24.
Hell yeah.
Dragon bird. Dragon bird. Dragon bird.
Not a dragon bird.
Ooh.
Not a
Dragon turtle.
bird at
A really big flying chicken.
Not a murder turtle.
all. No, in
It's
fact,
a penguin!
as you look up, the creature seems to be made of bones.
Oh gosh.
No.
Perhaps the best.
Dragon bone.
A Dracolich.
It's a bone dragon.
Uh-oh.
It's a bone nabbler.
Maybe it has flesh outside the bones, and he's just starting with the bones.
Maybe because it's summertime, it's molting.
It's too hot to have skin.
Oh dear, it's too hot to have skin. I like that.
So does it seem like it's actually just following us, or is it just happenstance?
You have seen it above you multiple times. That is.
Oh,
the
I don't
most
like that.
Information I can give you.
It's because Sid's very scary looking, alright? Like,
Yeah, we are very
Let's be honest.
visible.
Sorry, I'm trying to think what to call this. I'm just going to call it creature in the sky.
no, it's.
So that I don't
It
tell
keeps
you
flying
something
over.
wrong with it. This is the first time you've got a half decent look at it.
I'm nervous.
And it looks like. Oh, I think I just gave away something on stream. Oh no, I didn't. I haven't got Roll20 focused. Okay.
Oh god.
It looks like this.
Ew!
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a bone dragon.
Sort of.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little
It's
like
a
it's more like
fleshy.
dragon.
It's
Looks
bit
like a
fleshy.
melting dragon.
It's not bone so much as it is like spines and bone and rot and all sorts of other.
Oh, maybe it's like in Skyrim where when they come out of the ground and are skeletony and then like the scales and the flesh and stuff go on it. Maybe it's just taken a while for that to happen.
You keep hoping. You keep hoping it's going to become a bright pink friendly dragon and it's going to gift you with a pile of amethysts.
Oh god, I hope so.
It's unlikely.
Actually-
get a Feldergriff here. Jesus.
One thing I will say is that you do not recognize it at all. None of you have any understanding of what it might be.
Not in any childhood
to-
storybooks.
No, but
Damn
to
it.
Fox, it doesn't look like a natural creature. Also, it is too big to be in the sky. Like, with its wingspan in comparison to its body, the fact that it is flying is impossible.
Like a
I
bee.
mean, like bees.
But bees don't
that a
care
thing?
what humans have to say.
Yeah.
You haven't had the bee movie script sent to you?
I have not watched the Bee movie. I've
Yeah.
seen-
By
Oh, it's
all,
so
by in all
good.
sense, bees should not be able to fly.
By all the
But they
laws of
can.
aviation,
Okay.
they
There
do
it is.
anyway because they don't care about what humans think.
Right, okay, well, regardless, this creature should not be able to sustain its body in the sky more than anything else because there's massive holes in its wings.
Yeah, that seems
That's- yeah.
structurally unsound.
Yeah.
Well, also
There's some
the
flapping very hard and it's
size of
flying
it.
very quickly. Yes.
Big
Well,
design
this-
flaw on that part, God.
Which way is it heading?
Yes. It currently heads west and then it sort of disappears out of your vision and then briefly
Oh, you said
comes back into your
west.
view and heads east.
The size of it, if it was flying and flapping its wings, people on the ground would notice, right? Because of, like,
It's far too high up to like create a wind gust or anything.
oh,
Dude, if
Right.
it was doing that, we're fucked.
Yeah, it's miles in the sky. You would
I like
estimate
to-
this creature to be sort of at least 400 feet in length.
Whoa.
Like,
It is huge.
Jesus Christ.
Like, gargantuan huge.
It's like an airliner.
That's not
Yeah.
good.
Probably bigger than that, honestly. That's right.
I don't know.
I like
how
to
big-
imagine it flies over, it sees, it's like, are those the Shadowhunters? It just it keeps flying over us.
Great, so now we have the
Big
Undead
fan.
Airways 747. Fantastic.
Alright, well, hey, listen, things just keep getting worse. Let's
It's almost twice the length of a Boeing 747. There you go.
Holy
if that's helpful.
fucking ass
Big
shit.
creature.
Man, someone should really deal with that. Anyways.
Anyways, back to finding this old lady.
You are able to head over to Agatha. You arrive late at night, about 11:30 p.m. You are greeted at the gateway by Sir Callahan. He's there again, and he says, "Ah, adventurers returneth. Dost thee wish to enter our fine fortress?"
Indubitably wishes we doeth.
Yes, Seth.
Then at peace may you be. Feast
And to
well.
ye.
And he sort of cranks the thing open. He looks very proud of himself. His armor is brightly shining silver.
It shines even
As you
brighter.
look around, folks, you do notice that there are a few soldiers strategically placed so that if the place actually needed defending, Sir Callahan would probably not be called upon. This seems to be his only job. Is to greet people on the door. And he sort of rises in. Enter and be thee at welcome. And as you go in, you could just see one
You're
guard
doing
just
good.
shaking his head like, "What the fuck, man? How did we get that guy?" You all head in. You get into the courtyard. Are you looking to get a room and stay for the night, or are you going to take Agatha out in the middle of the night?
Oh, jeez.
Let's stay the night and then leave in the morning.
Yeah, she's probably been asleep for hours already.
She has
Yeah, she
managed
goes
to
sleep at like 6
procure the
p.m.
use of a small wagon. It is pulled by a donkey that's missing an ear.
Aw.
Yeah. And
Fox, don't hold back your druid craft this time. Help him out.
Grow his ear back?
you may have a room for the night and wash, and we will just sort of switch that role play onwards. You are informed that the knights have not returned from the burning village yet.
Oh, yeah. Is that what that pin was? The burning village?
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
it
yeah,
was.
that's what
Good
it
shout.
was.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably, they're
No, it's
Oh
expected
yeah,
to take-
that thing.
It's expected to take a day and a half each way.
yeah, we've only been gone for like a day, so.
Probably have it under control.
This is you have to wait 2 more days to find out anything about it.
Nope.
We're not.
In the morning, Agatha and her donkey with one ear will join you on the road to Carthan. Is that correct? Are we all happy with that choice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Agatha sort of makes a little noise when you mention the Carthan, and she requests that you do not tell the Magus Arcane about her abilities or her existence. She doesn't want those meddling, nosy mages getting involved in her business.
She's actually fair.
Sure.
That's
Okay.
that's what this is. She's one of the.
She's a
She's
satyr
one of the-
in disguise. It's a good
Could be.
disguise. Yeah. Anyway, and she will continue to complain throughout the entire journey about the bumpy road, about the discomfort of the wagon, about the smell of her fellow travellers.
We can
and
leave you. We can
the
go back.
weather,
Don't make me turn
everything
this wagon
else.
around.
Yeah.
has to come
Don't
from
you
her.
wound?
Back.
Don't you
Showing,
wound
like,
that
some
wagon?
skunk around her for some reason because she kept complaining.
Sorry. Matt, go first. What did you say?
So we should bring her this ungrateful piece of shit back. We're getting
That's
her out
what
of
I'm
town
saying.
and complaining.
Love
Don't
that.
make me turn this wagon around.
And Fox, you said.
Oh yeah, and then at one point, like she couldn't stop smelling the scent of skunk for some reason.
Ah, yes, good, yes. Skunk her out. But I will
Got
take
her.
a D100 from Michaela, please.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Roll a 62.
Roll a 69.
50, baby. Right down the middle.
50 on the
Ooh.
dot. Right down.
Nice.
Too bad. Reroll it.
Feels bad
Oh.
and unlucky.
I need a D100 from Josh.
Don't know about that reaction.
This is get 3 encounters in 1.
This is the automatic level up. that we-
57.
Fantastic. A man rides past. His head is bent down towards the horse, and he's sort of going as fast as he can. He swerves quite wide of the path to get past you. And following him is a knight with sort of silver armor and a large lance, and is sort of yelling at him, "Get back here, thief!"
Is this a Dawn Guard knight or just like some regular?
Oh, this is Sir Cowan.
You think it is? You think it is a Dawn Guard knight?
Okay, work.
I cast Entangle where the horse will be going.
Okay.
Leading.
Yeah, and as the ground comes up, I want to roll this privately. I think I've got a few rolls to make, and I don't want you guys to know what's going on. So let me just open the dice tray. Well, I roll almost everything to you guys, but when it's random results, I don't want you guys to know if it's a good or a bad outcome. Does a 19 save?
Yeah.
Does a 19 save? Who am I asking? Yes, the horse sort of takes a leap, and just about clears the area and sort of whinnies as it comes past, and the knight sort of goes headlong towards the entangle. Are you going to dismiss it in time, or are you just going to let him fuck himself?
I'm just gonna let it happen. If he gets through it, he gets through it.
He sort of he rides on in. Does a 15 save?
No.
No. Oh, these horses. They had a different score. That's the problem. Yeah, he really like slows down, and the horse just sort of rocks to an end. And as you look a little further down the road, this sort of bandit is looking back over his shoulder and sees that the knight has stopped. And he leans back and he sort of gives you a wave as if to say thank you. And as he does so, the horse rears up and bucks him off, and he falls on the floor.
How embarrassing.
All according to plan.
I'll go apprehend this thief.
Okay. As you wander up to the thief, the black horse that he was riding dashes off into the distance. The knight sort of making his way out. His horse is still entangled, but he comes out. So he comes over and...
He said, fuck my horse.
Thank you, I think. Where's the horse?
I'm assuming this one's yours?
Where's the horse?
That way.
He steal the horse?
Yes, he did.
Okay, well, you just said stop thief, so that could literally have meant...
He looks at you and, well, you are under arrest for the thief of one of the finest horses the Dawn Guard have ever owned. Oh, well, he'll come back, I guess, or somebody will find him. I'm not chasing the horse. They sent you out on a mission to chase the fastest horse in the Dawn Guard and give you one of the least fast horses in the Dawn Guard. It's quite the challenge. He sort of shrugs his shoulders and looks back at you. Rickard, by the way. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. You
Pleasure to meet you.
Dawn Guard members. And he points towards the two of you.
I am, yes.
Pleasure.
I mean, I still technically am.
Yeah.
Don't mind the demon armor.
Have you come from the border, or?
No. We are
Wild.
escorting a
Old lady to the city.
woman.
I see. You must be quite the lady to command such a guard. She sort of spits out the sound. Looks at him. And, you're something. She says nothing more. She shakes her head.
To forgive her, she's had a rough go of it lately.
I see. I'll be on my way. You're coming with me. And he sort of picks up this thief. Scruff of the neck. Yeah, and Fox. Does anybody else have a passive perception of 17 or above?
I don't think so. Let's see.
Have an 11.
Damn, I'm close. 16.
Close is not very useful in D&D.
No, it's just an investigation about
cool.
perception.
Yeah, so Fox, you notice that the man is sort of managed to slip his hand into a pouch in his belt. And he appears to be grabbing something out of it.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. He's grabbing something.
Stop that! And as he grabs the man's hand, he pulls the man's hand out of the pouch, complete with what he was holding. And
it's a shadow veil
stones. Yeah.
Could be.
Oh, what an exciting idea. It should have been that. It's not.
Damn it.
Yeah. the guard and the man and half of Sullivan's horse and the donkey's head all disappear.
Sorry?
Half of Sullivan's head?
Half of Sullivan's horse's head.
I think it's an anti-magic field.
Was your horse's head magical? Oh, yeah, it was. It was fine steed. Okay. Was the guard magical?
Actually, now that you mention it.
It could be like an orb of... Is there such thing as an orb of invisibility?
It could be invisible dust that he sprayed everywhere foolishly.
It's like fairy fire, except for...
I will give you that, Callum, as excellent work as you... And your lantern turns upon them all and depicts them as this sort of struggle is going on where the guard is sort of randomly wailing away at nothing and the bandit is desperately trying to untangle himself and you are just watching this struggle go on. The horse is looking, sort of trying to look at the end of its nose, very confused as to where its nose has gone. Roll me a d4.
Cool.
Damn, that's a powerful D4.
Why?
4.
4 minutes later, they reappear. The bandit is sort of desperately tangling himself, and in the end, he just he lifts his hands up and he just comes out of his own top that he's being held by. And the bare-chested man begins to run off in the opposite direction. And he reaches into his pouch and he throws something behind him. And a dust sprinkles at the guard. It is not the same
I'm
dust.
still gonna tackle him.
It's full of tricks.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
Got my +5.
Yeah, why not?
Damn.
7.
The guard stops and begins to start sneezing and coughing and choking, but you are able to tackle the man, and indeed, you note that around his belt are various pouches.
Oh my
Need
god.
to take his belt.
Okay, you tackle the man and undress him. Nobody looks particularly confused by this act. I will tell you that there are 5 pouches on his belt. You will find that they contain dust of sneezing and choking. Oh, I can't type. Sneezing and choking, dryness, disappearance, corrosion, and I believe it's called pocket sand, but I will confirm that. It is called pocket sand, yes.
Does it make you go to sleep?
No, it can blind or poison a target.
Nice.
To get away. And you may take those 5 pouches for yourself, as this time the guard sort of comes in. What was that?
Strange, this man.
And he just sort of puts his hands around the man, and then he picks him up and chucks him over his shoulder, and he's like, "I am leaving this time. Ricard, pleasure to meet you." And he heads off with the guy, leaving you holding his belt.
Oh wait, what was the name of the prized horse?
Shadow.
Shadow.
Aww. Shadowmare.
No, just Shadow.
What an amazing name for if we find that horse for our group.
I know, right?
Wait, then we need another horse called Hunter.
Ooh, hell yes.
Just to let you know, the belt is an adventurer's belt.
Cool.
It allows you to use action items as a bonus action. Potions, poisons, flasks, scrolls. This does not include wands.
I am quite the adventurer.
Things like dust of sneezing.
Cool.
Cool. But with that, you are able to continue on your way, and she sort of switches the road, and she's. Is it always this exciting, your adventures?
No, usually we fight like displacer beasts instead.
Yeah, it's usually way worse. That was pretty tame.
Yeah.
I see.
We fought a demon once. It was like a big fucking rock.
And it wasn't this guy.
It was a death slard, if we're being real.
Yeah, a death slard. I don't think that. I have a feeling no one in all of Sogravia, unless you're like a soldier, knows what a death slot is. So like,
we got very.
A little bit better.
I don't think you
very
guys
tough after that fight.
You did get tough after that fight. But yes, the rest of the road to Carthan is mostly relaxed. You do, on the third night, pass a travelling troupe of troubadours.
Not again.
They are a group of bards and tale tellers and musicians. They do include a satyr, who you spend the entire evening looking at very suspiciously. But he does appear to have a good life history that states that he has lived in Sogravia all his life.
Do you feel the call of the wild?
No. And they entertain you for the evening, and you have a good meal with them. But other than that, you are able to get back to Carthan.
Where do you want to go, Angela?
The nearest inn. My name's Agatha, you twat. Twit is what I was going for. What do you call me a twat?
Everyone, calm down, please.
Alright, bye.
She does not swear at you. She just calls you a twit. She'll go to the nearest inn. She heaves a huge pile of old jewels and coins onto the counter and asks to purchase a room for the next year.
Oh, wow.
The innkeeper looks absolutely bemused. But
Alright, bye, Anna.
You can leave her at the one-armed knight. She reaches into her pouch and she turns to Sullivan and she will hand you a single Alexandrite as your reward.
Alright, bye, Alex.
Will you be alright here?
Very. Well, maybe. Hold on one second. Do you sell wine? The innkeeper sort of looks a bit confused, nods. I'll be fine.
Finally.
Well, hopefully the remainder of your years will be a lot happier here than they were prior.
Oh, they will, boy. They will.
Well, I'll bid you good day.
She orders 2 goblets of wine.
One for each hand. Very nice.
Exactly. And she will remain there quite happy. You wish to head to the Magus Arcane, is that correct?
Yeah.
This one Alexandrite. What exactly is that?
It's a gem. You can add it on D&D.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's got its cost attached.
It's 2 million platinum.
I think it's 10 gold. It might be 50.
Oh, it's a lot.
We're rich.
Wait, how much is it?
It's 500.
It's 500.
Oh, no, that's the
Nice.
cost. Excuse me, but it's worth. Oh, yeah, no, 500.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, it pays to be kind.
Yeah, 500
I
gold.
guess so.
Not a bad payment. And
that's your allowance. By the way.
I already had
you can give it away
650, so I'm pretty rich.
Yeah. Do you wish to head to the Magus Arcane?
Yeah, we should probably talk to them about, the plates in the forest.
Okay.
And if they can keep an eye out for that gargantuan flying beast.
Yeah,
I imagine they're in a tall tower, right?
They have already said they would have the druids look out for it. Do you wish to check on their progress?
Oh yeah, we already told them about that.
If you wish
well,
to
we
check
have
on
a
their
better
progress,
description now.
You can ask them, and they will say they've not seen it yet.
Ugh.
It really is following us. It's just like, are those
well, we have a better bone, nasty flesh monster description to give them.
Okay. You update the description. You're greeted once again by the quartermaster.
Yo, bro, what's up? Dap me up.
Hey, welcome back again. Have you found our missing missing inventor?
No.
Just a reminder, he has asked you this the last 4 times you've come, and every time it's a no.
Remind me where we're supposed to look for him again.
Sorry? He doesn't know. He just knows that the guy that ran off with 3 constructs.
We are looking for it.
James, you're not giving us a lot of destinations.
Sorry, Matt, just Matt talk. What was that?
You have no clue what direction to look?
No.
So how are we supposed to find him?
I don't know. How are we meant to find your plates?
Go to the dining hall. They got plates.
Obi.
Oh Lord.
No, but in all seriousness, what do you tell him about what you're searching for?
That they are magical plates.
Oh, what? You just say to him, "I'm looking for magical plates." Like, do you give any context?
No, Glacius would be giving context that they have some sort of teleportation powers attached to them, and that we believe that they are being used by the bandits to transport stuff. And so we're trying to find
I believe this might be a matter for the headmasters. Would you give me a moment?
One.
Yes. By the way, what day is it? We had an appointment.
It is currently...
The 8th of Chev.
It's the 23rd of Shez at... No, it's not. It's the 24th, sorry.
Damn. I was close.
24th, it's 3 p.m. 24 days. Okay, cool. Yes. And then you sort of... Rialdan will see you. If that is...
Cool. Have we talked to Rialdan yet?
No. It's the gold portal at the end of the hall.
Okay.
You'll need this, and he hands each of you a small bead.
Oh, security.
If you're not holding that, you won't get through.
Ah.
Nice.
Haven't we talked to one of the headmasters before? We met him for tea.
You had a chat about pipeweed with Novanius.
Alright.
Oh.
Novanius is the one we talked to. Alright.
There are 3 headmasters, just a reminder, Novanius, Yakutur, and Rialdan.
Yeah.
Rialdan is the oldest of the 3.
And who was our appointment with?
It was with Rialdan.
Oh, good. We've moved it ahead. Let's ask him about
yeah.
that guy who was in Shadowville for like 100 years.
Oh,
while we're
yeah,
here.
that guy. I forgot
That was the point of our appointment, I think.
It was. Rialdan is relaxing in his office. When you enter in, there are dozens of unusual contraptions and various things all over the table. Strange crystal balls, items that are rotating on their own. What appears to be a very, very long spyglass. 4 or 5 different magical wands. And there is a small mouse that is chasing its tail, running around in circles inside a bowl.
Aww.
He looks up at you and... Greetings. You call yourselves the Shadowhunters, is that correct?
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's us, yes.
Zavril,
You named us.
I wasn't the one who said Shadowhunters.
No. I believe I know of your work, and he points to Fox. You're a recent member, points to Obi, and you must be one of the artificers. Callum, is it?
That's me.
The others, I'm afraid I haven't made your acquaintance. Ashton will, of course, introduce herself, and then he will gesture towards Sullivan.
My name is Elliot Sullivan of the Dawn Guard.
Excellent,
I'm
excellent.
tripping over my words there.
And
This guy's
yourself?
making me nervous.
That's powerful armor you wear there. Dragonborn, hello.
Oh,
Are you with me?
Sorry.
It's powerful armor
Yeah.
you wear there, if a little dark
Yeah.
in nature. Your
Yeah,
name?
we got it off of that
Find
guy. I'm Glacius. I'm in a lot of places.
Okay, interesting. He then sort of scans you all and eventually settles on Callum and Zavril as his sort of 2 targets. You bring news of a teleportation device, is that correct?
Oh, yes.
Please elaborate.
It's less so device and more, I would say,
A circle.
somewhere between a circle and a portal.
Wait.
as such.
A teleportation circle or portal. Okay.
Of some.
Any idea where it is, where it leads? Any more specifics or details that you might give on the matter?
As far as locations go, I will take out the. I'll pull out a map of the continent, and I will sort of draw out where we would expect the boundaries of that to lie within the specific forest, and then.
So it's in the Greenwoods, you think, but you don't know where.
It's somewhere in there, we believe.
And it goes to...
That's...
We aren't sure.
Jamal, it goes to the Feywilds. You know this.
Yes,
okay.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
but we're not telling you.
It's
Oh, you're not
we
telling
don't know
me.
exactly where in the Feywilds, but
Yeah.
it goes. That is one location that it goes to. I don't know if it goes anywhere
Several.
else.
Jesus.
Well, he's a member of the Mage's Arcane, answering to the headmaster. He would give answers, I think.
Yeah.
A portal to the Feywilds. Interesting. They're not normally permanent. They're normally erratic. A permanent portal could cause great damage.
Yeah, they kind of kidnapped some people. The Fae.
No, they didn't. No,
No,
they
they
didn't.
didn't kidnap
No, they
people.
did
They-
Not
not.
like kidnapped.
Perhaps you would like to get your story straight between you all before you choose which lie you're going to go with?
We're not lying. Well, some of us are, and I'll look directly at Glacius. No one's been kidnapped. There is a portal that is a doorway between our realm and the Feywild. We know how to close it, we just don't know where it is.
I see. Well, finding it should be a priority. May I... Well, he doesn't really ask for permission, actually. He says, I will call somebody. And after a moment, he summons up a gentleman who sort of comes in and, oh, hello, how are you? He's got long blonde hair. He raises an eyebrow at Sullivan. Oh, pretty one you are, aren't you?
He is a fuckboy.
Hello, how are you? I'm called upon. Very well. What can I do for you, Headmaster? And Rialdan's sort of shaking his head. Haldir, we have need of your abilities. Are you good, Josh?
Because I want to say something, but it's probably not very Twitch friendly, so it's fine.
They're not. He puts his hand on Rialdan's hand, and you can see Rialdan's looking a little uncomfortable. And he says, "I'm sure you do. And which abilities are those?" And Rialdan's like, "I need you to search for a missing device, or teleportation circle. It's a portal to the Feywilds." So he laughs. And, oh, that could be so serious, couldn't it? Well, very well. May I have some space? I don't need it, but it's for the drama. And he gestures towards the crystal ball, and he begins to sort of... And he does this strange ritual thing, and he puts his hands out, and he... Visions and beings, mystical things, find me that which is missing. Teleportation device. Rialdan sort of means it's in the Greenwood. Well, if you know where it is, why am I looking for it? Okay. He carries on for a moment. No. Sorry. For once, I can't be of assistance.
Oh. You didn't find anything?
Well, I found many things, just not what you're looking for. I don't suppose it could be disguised, hidden, changed, adjusted.
I mean, it probably
Middle
is.
unusual. Have you seen any strange, circles or things that might represent circles in, uniform patterns? I don't know. It could be disguised as all sorts of things.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, plates, right?
No, plates is just the word we're using for it. It's like a large wooden circle that then make multiple of. So it's like a bunch of circles placed evenly around in a circle to make a big circle, right?
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, but he's just like anything that's been uniformly placed in a weird situation. I don't know, they might look totemic or something in nature, or maybe ruined, or...
I don't know.
We don't really know.
We have absolutely no idea what they look like specifically.
No, I'm not expecting you to know anything whatsoever. I'm asking if you've seen anything that's unusual in the forest, anything that doesn't perhaps belong there, or might have been placed there recently, or...
Oh, as far
Those
as
little
we
huts?
don't believe
Huts?
No.
Do you mean the huts where the people who are missing have their homes?
Yeah.
No.
Hey,
not
listen,
those.
that's really weird.
No, I've
It just
got an
cropped up
idea.
out of nowhere.
No, bigger structures perhaps, but not little ones.
I didn't notice anything, no.
I'm afraid not. No.
James, I feel like you're.
I really thought this would be something that you all jumped upon.
Yes,
It's
yes,
infuriating.
no, I did,
Jamal,
I just
go.
did, but what about beings?
No, not beings. Just
I
structures.
think James is talking about the camps that were set up, right?
Thank you.
Maybe.
That might be really helpful. Like 5 really carefully placed
That's-
in
but
a
that's-
circle palisades
but
that were completely fake and had nothing in them.
But I thought they were the bandits.
No, there
I
were
thought the
no
bandits
bandits there. That was
were
the whole... Yes.
Oh, shit. We already know where it is.
Okay, the step you've missed, Josh, is that it's the bandits that made this portal. You know that. They chopped down all the trees to get all the wood.
I didn't know they made the portal.
No,
Why would they
no.
make
I
the
didn't know they
portal?
were a portal.
We've got one person that remembered the camps, one person that remembered they made the portal, one
Wait,
person
but
that...
why would they want to go in? How would they even know to do that?
The bandits are working with Shadowvale.
But how would they know how to do
One
that?
of their first camps we found, they had cut down specific trees that we
Yeah.
know are used for like teleporting magic.
Do we
Right.
know if they are
Regularly
trying to?
arranged as well.
Do we know if they're trying to take over every realm?
Yeah, the
You know,
Shadowhunters
Shadowvale is.
They're trying to go to the Feywild too.
Okay,
They
maybe
haven't
that's
attempted
why.
to enter the Feywild.
They
Rialdan
could
sort of
just
looks
be
at you
doing
and...
it to cause chaos.
So you've seen... Please, one thing at a time. Goodness me, I thought Haldir's mind was a bit fluttery. You know where this teleportation circle is?
We believe
Now that
in
you
you.
mention
But
it,
you didn't know when you came into the room. Okay, very well.
We may have just realised, yes.
Could you point to it on a map?
oh, definitely.
Then we shall go. And with
Great.
that, he says, do you need anything? Any rest, any preparations to be made?
I need robes of the Arc Magi,
No,
staff
you
of
don't.
Ultimate.
Are you ready to
Well-
travel? We don't need you, Haldir. Thank you so much for your assistance. And Haldir sort of, oh, I'm sure you do, but that's okay. I've got plenty of other things to be attending to. And he leans over and puts his hand on Sullivan's hand. And my name's Haldir. I'm the divination master. You can find me down the corridor. And he sort of,
The urge to call him the F word is just too.
and he
great.
leans a little closer.
Oh my god.
And he sort of does a little shake. And then he says, well, if you're not interested. And then he leans over to Ashrin and just down the hall. And then once more as he's leaving, he sort of looks over at Fox and at Glacius and I don't mind if it's a little exotic. And then heads out the room.
Can I punch him?
And Rialdan sort of shakes his head and
Yay.
I'm so sorry, but his abilities are useful. He's a seer, you know. Sometimes when he chooses to
Yeah,
be.
he's seeing into our pants.
Seeing into yours, you look
Are you
like you're
now
raring
it's
to
just-
grow, Glacius.
are you ready to journey?
Yeah, let's
Are
go.
you going with us?
Yes.
And
Oh, that's
I
what
don't think Glacius is.
Rialdan
I
is
think
going to go.
Glacius is
Yeah,
staying
speed.
back.
But so that Allura is here, I think that is where we're going to stop.
There is one thing I do want to ask
Yeah.
real quick though. I know he's a seer, but is he a looker as well?
Interesting question. He is 5'11". He has very carefully braided hair all over his head in lots of little braids. He's about 38 years old. He is human. And he, as far as you're aware, is he's okay. He's okay looking. He's interesting.
How unusual.
Zavral's gonna stay back.
I believe that Josh has had a relation, or at least an altercation with this man in a different campaign.
That's not true.
Yes, this is
That's
the
not
man that
true.
you and William Hale, that you had a flirtationship with, is William Hale.
Oh, you're not talking about the head that I also fucked around with.
No, not him.
Okay, yeah.
Evil Sogravia was a journey.
Oh god.
I use my body to get what I want.
Yeah, pretty
Oh
much.
my
That was William Hale.
God.
But we will come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. And we will start, in fact, with Allura, who is not present but has provided one. She really liked when Ashwin was knocking and saying hello and tried Old Elvish, and I think it was Darth who said, "Wherefore art thou?" As the Old Elvish hello. Josh.
A little one is I like that Glacius is just committed to being evil now. You know, we go to the Magus Arcane to get help, and he's like, "Help! People are being kidnapped by the Fae! You've got to save them!" It's like, that's not what happened. That's a vicious lie.
Yeah.
And I I like the fact that I fully try to flirt with someone without knowing what they look like.
That's true
That
love
was
right
fun.
there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very, very true love.
Michaela.
Ship. I liked going to the Feywild and how everyone was like trying out all their different magics and stuff, and Fox's druidcraft just working incredibly, and he was like, "Yes, I'm always this powerful."
Yeah, I like that. Jamal.
I'm trying to remember, what was that one quip that Michaela made right in the last quarter of the session or so?
That's
Well, what was it referring to?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, I
we
cannot
do that a
fucking
lot.
remember it
We'll come
now.
back to you in
Shit.
case you remember it.
Yeah.
Duff.
First off, I just want to say that I wasn't saying that as a lying sort of thing. That's kind of just generally that's how I took it. Is like, you know, I didn't. So when Glacius was just like, oh yeah, they kidnapped them, it's just like, well, to a certain extent, they kind of did, right? Like yes, there was more.
Yeah, she's singing a song
explained,
that brings
right?
people into the Feywild. Yeah.
Yeah, but I liked Fox being just like, yep, I'm always this powerful. I am 24/7 holding all of my power back. That was really. I also liked don't say your name, and it's like, well, what if we say the name of like all of our enemies then?
We'll find out. Matt.
I like going to Feywild because I've never in my D&D life ever gone to another realm.
Really?
Ever.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
That's the first time ever.
You
I also
you
really
went
liked...
Netherdeep.
True.
Yeah.
That's a little...
It's kind of. Yeah, it's not, a classic realm, is it?
So like when Ashrin found the door and Jamal yelled, "Hold the fucking door!"
Yes, I loved that. That was great. Jamal, have you remembered anything?
I couldn't remember exactly what was said now, but there
Anything
was.
else?
I'll have to find out what it was and then do it.
Anything
and then,
else?
mention it in post. Yeah, the fact that it was like, oh yeah, you'll need to offer something now to leave. It's like, oh great, this wasn't a gift. This was
It's never
a
a gift.
fucking
trade.
contract.
It's never a gift, otherwise the whole party gets it.
Yeah.
Should have known
But
that.
the whole they did get it.
No, they didn't.
Ah.
Jay?
Yeah. Feywild, I love Feywild. It's like one of my favorite planes. And waiting ever since you four drank that apple cider, I've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, I hope that you guys who didn't partake, I mean, obviously, Matt, you didn't get a choice, but specifically Josh and Jay were there in the session and they didn't get this random wish or random gift. I hope that you feel vindicated for that. Good. I had a few... Sorry.
I remember in that session, like, because you also asked, like, if we had drunken it. My answer was I wouldn't have accepted it.
Yeah. Whereas you ended up having quite a wholesome interaction with her. Despite being initially mistrustful of the Fae. I've got a few. I loved the whole thing about Ashram putting her ear to the ground and hearing singing and then coming and telling you guys and you all taking that as absolutely normal. There was... I really liked... I'm going to a couple more joke ones, actually. Or little ones. I really liked when Darth was like, how are we seeing the waterfall from a quarter of a mile away? And Jay, in character, just everyone went, open your eyes. It was really good. I really liked your moment with Charlotte, Josh, telling her you'd come back for her. But my MVP today is Jay. There were actually 3 different things today that I really enjoyed. The first is the conversation you had with the plants in general. Just sort of, I always love the tones of those conversations. I loved the staff exchange with her, but my favorite thing was when you talked about like the stories of the Feywild and not to exchange your name and like utilize your knowledge as a player of the Feywild to really bring that into roleplay, and that was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. So
Yes, we gave the name of our enemies so that way they'll be fucked instead of us.
Yeah, they won't.
Period.
It is if you give your name. It is one of these the Feywild won't be in debt sort of things. They don't take anything without giving it back. But yeah, that is where we're going to end. So if you guys would like to say goodbye,
Goodbye.
we shall see you soon.